What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for episode 28 of Tigers franchise, and we're still in the playoffs, and we're headed to the ALCS against the Tampa Bay Rays. It was a thrilling 6-game series in the DS against the Mariners. We split in Detroit, and that was without J-Rod. J-Rod magically appeared back on their roster. I can't figure out who they cut. We had checked it. He wasn't on the roster. But then we end up taking 2 of 3 in Seattle despite the return of J-Rod. And then we win the first game back in Detroit, game 6, to close it out. Now, you might notice this if you watched the last episode. It'd be weird if you didn't watch at least the playoff episodes in order. I guess that's possible, and I wouldn't be mad. Feel free to watch however you want. But you've probably seen this weirdness of these guys with their 0th home run. I don't know what the hell that is. I have literally no clue what's going on with that. It's kind of goofy. I am going to show the devs just in case it is a thing. Whoops, I didn't mean to have that guys selected. There we go. Just get a screenshot of that. I think I might have actually done that last episode, but whatever. I'm remembering now. So we know the Rays are next, but this series, both NL series, still need to be resolved. So we'll get into that. Let's finish that up, then check the Rays, see what they look like, and get going. I'll turn off the daily save here for a moment because this could take some time otherwise. The Rays were indeed the number 1 seed. We're the number 2 seed, so everything's looking chalky on that end. Meanwhile, the Dodgers and Reds were the top 2 seeds in the NL, and the Cardinals just upset the Dodgers. Meanwhile, the Brewers and Reds are going to a game 7, so that should be thrilling. Let's go to once a month for now, just for now. Oh, I also need to make sure I didn't do this like I was supposed to. Hang on, we'll check it in a moment. But I need to make sure that we should be good for this series, our ALCS. Yeah, it would go all the way up to the 30th. I don't want to miss a month of international scouting. But again, I'm gonna put the guys. Oh, is this crashing on me? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna put the guys on right now. I mean, I guess I could. Actually, that's the easiest part, right? We're not going to go over them. I'm just adding them. If you see somebody that I don't add that you're like, oh my God, how could you possibly have skipped him? You can make a comment. But right now, we're just kind of adding by rating and maybe by a standout skill or 2. I have extra players. I have 20 players available. I don't know why Kamishma was on something from yesterday, I guess, when I was recording the Seattle series. If you don't know how to do that, you go to League Settings. I think it's Rules. Yeah, Rules down here. Basically in the middle, International Practice Size. And I prefer 20. Why not? Why should I be limited to 10? Yeah, it makes it maybe a higher degree of difficulty. I'm not worried about it. These players are hard enough to get right that, like, I don't need to also be limited on how many I can scout. So I discovered that a little while ago in a different sim, and I've been using it ever since. We're going to throw some pictures on here. There's some decent arms, kind of like Juan Sandoval as well. So that's 17, I think. We'll add 3 more pitchers, or excuse me, 3 more hitters, and then we'll get to it with the game 7 and everything. I'll add this shortstop even though I don't know what he looks like because I was on the pitching ratings. And I might make some changes, once I deep dive it. But right now, we're just kind of spot checking and adding that way. All right, that way I won't forget. Okay, I was so worried about forgetting. It's like, well, then why don't you just do it? Bingo, bango, bongo, we're done, we're good, we're rocking and rolling. And I will hit a save on that just so nothing happens there. Oh, we'll run the practice too. Duh. We should definitely, that's the whole point, is to not miss that first practice in October, which I've done before because of the playoffs. And in one sim, I actually set it to start in November, the international stuff, just so that if my team made a run, we wouldn't have to worry about that. All right, practice done. Okay, cool. We're in the books with our first one. We'll look at the report and all that. I'll probably do it offline. I don't go too deep on this international amateur free agents as far as like taking you through all of the process. I basically just sign guys and then say, hey, here's who we got. And I'll probably continue to do it that way. All right, game 7 did happen. The Reds did win. So the 2 seed advances against the Cards. What did the Cards do this year? They went 93 and 69. They were 2 games back of the Reds. Ooh, that's a fun battle then. Divisional foes going toe-to-toe. And again, 93 win Rays against our 89 win Tigers. Let's take a look at these Rays. By the way, let me go back to that real quick. They got the #1 seed with 93 wins. That's kind of a light #1. You got the Dodgers at 99 and the D-backs at 97. The 2 best teams were literally in the same division. And then the Reds at 95. Only 3 95-plus win teams. So kind of a tight league. And no 100-game losers. Okay, so we've seen everything kind of compress. I like that, right? A little bit of parity there. I don't need it to be, NFL parity where everything's kind of turning over damn near every year. Although that's not even true either, because there have been like recent dynasties, So anyway, don't need to get bogged down on some random tangent like that. Let's check out these Rays. Looking at their standings and whatnot, they are 2nd in runs scored and 3rd in runs allowed. Okay, a lot of single digits on both sides here. I'm seeing the offense just spot checking it. The offense a little bit better. Obviously from the runs scored they were too, 2nd versus 3rd. But even looking deeper beyond that, I'm seeing lots of top 3 rankings dipping no lower than top 5 except for stolen bases, which is its own kind of thing. It's not really indicative of your team's skill. So I don't really see that as like, oh, that's a flaw. And they just don't run. Who gives a shit? And then on the pitching side, still some pretty good ranks, but it looks like the bullpen might be a little bit of an issue with the 8th ranked ERA, but still nothing that really ventures lower than that. So bottom line, they're #1 seed. They're good. Breaking news. But I did spot something that might be an actual flaw. They went 18 and 24 against lefties this year, y'all. 428 win percentage, 625 against righties. So that's a pretty stark difference, which then has me coming over here and looking at this saying, we're making this move instantly. I love Ronnie Enriquez. He's been great. I've spoken of his praise. I've praised his skills multiple times this season, but we're switching him to the bullpen for Ashby, and we're going to go at least 2 lefties here. And I can't get Job out or Stone. So it's going to be 2 righties, 2 lefties. I'm fine with that. If Skubal's ready, he's not. Never mind. So doesn't matter what I was going to say. I was going to say if Skubal's ready, he'll go first. But he's not, so he won't. So I am still going to stick with Stone. I was thinking maybe Ashby goes first for the lefty situation. But, actually, yeah, I am going to do that. I am going to do that because if we didn't, then there's a situation where they're not really facing that many lefties because Skubal's not going to be ready until game 3 at the earliest, which I will give him. So we're going to go Ashby, Stone, Skubal, Job. So that's game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So each lefty will pitch twice. I think that's what we want. We're going to play those numbers. They might beat them up a little bit. I don't know. But I see a record like that is that bad for a #1 seed, too, for a team that is unquestionably good. I got to play it. I got to play into it. By the way, I think we can take Reese Olson off the top prospects list. Same with Brant Herter. Oh, Brant Herter was only on the default list. Oh, well, whatever. He doesn't need to be on that either. Pablo Aliendo, also off the top prospects list. Evan Carter, yeah, he's graduated. So just cleaning this up a little bit. It doesn't really matter. Oh, that was trade targets list that he was on. Never mind. But he can still come off of it because obviously we traded for him. All right. Anything else we want to do? Now, we do have the 4 lefties in the bullpen, which is going to be a benefit in this series. Remember, we talked a bit about it last series where I was like, dang, I kind of wish maybe I had an extra righty in there. But now we're going 4-4, and I'm really good with that. And I'm wondering, do we maybe add one more? Do we bring DaCosta on? I don't think we need to get too many lefties. DaCosta versus Herter, what do they look like? That's lefty for lefty, but I'm just wondering. No. Herter's ratings are better. All right, back to the Rays then. Let's continue to look at their ball club a bit. and let's go around their team real quick. At catcher, Austin Hedges is their full-time starter, or is their starter, I should say, not full-time. Looks like it's a dead even split with Sam Huff. Sam Huff can hit a bit, but he's only got 50 ability, but he has 55 power. I mean, it's an all or nothing hitting, I should say, because he has the 55 power, and then everything else is 45 or below. But yeah, I mean, he's pure backup. Hedges is of course a wonderful, wonderful catcher. 70 ability, 70 arm. He's a captain. Really bad hitter, but I will say 71 WRC plus from somebody this good behind the dish isn't bad. And they wound up getting 2 wins out of him. So it's a little jarring to see that he was their starter, but it worked. It worked. Curtis Mead over at first. He's a nice solid hitter, kind of another Yandy Diaz type. A lot of gap power, good bat to ball skills, not a great defender. Maybe doesn't have big time power. You know, Yandy's power is about getting that lift. I don't think Curtis Mead is quite that same type of heavy ground baller, but in the end, the profile ends up being pretty similar. Brandon Lau over at second, coming off of a 1.5 win season in 122 games, 21 homers. Now he's one of the issues against lefties. He goes from 115 to 78 WRC plus. Amble Aknarf, that's Wander. I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. I changed his name, and I didn't delete him or whatever. Obviously, the stuff that he's accused of is utterly disgusting and super heinous. I just decided to change his name and everything, and we're gonna just call him Aknarf. He is coming off a 6-win season, 9 wins the year before. He's a monster, but in more than one way, unfortunately. It used to just be a monster on the field, which was a positive. Now, at least with what he's accused of, he's a monster off the field, and just it's disgusting. Royce Lewis over at short, 112 WRC plus, back-to-back 4-win season since joining Tampa Bay. And look, he's healthy, and that's the key. That's going to be the key to him in real life. Royce Lewis is one of my faves. It's fitting that he's a fan fave here. I really, really love his game. The only bummer about Royce Lewis is that he could be eating up my Tigers for years to come if he does find that health and eventually starts popping off. Randy Arozarena coming in left field. He's badass. He might be on the verge of being traded in real life. There's rumors of him and Tyler Glasnow heading out to LA after they got Ohtani, man. They are really getting the Avengers going out there. Jackson Chourio in center. I think I knew that they got him. I think I saw that in passing, but how the hell did they get him again? With Clay Holmes for Isaac Paredes from the Yankees. I'm sorry. What? Meanwhile, okay, game. Okay, game. You got me fucked up. Jackson Chourio and Hobie Milner together for DJ LeMahieu. What? That's insane. I wouldn't do Hobie Milner for DJ LeMahieu. Hook 'em horns, Hobie. I'm like being serious, and I'm not even really trying to dog out LeMahieu. It's just that with his contract and the modest output, no chance. Now the Yankees did pay a ton of it, okay, but still no. They'd have to pay 100% and throw something pretty substantive into the deal to get me to trade them Jackson Chourio. What a disgustingly bad trade by the Brewers. But then the Yankees, they didn't want their good fortune to go too far. They threw in another reliever, basically the Milner replacement. Or wait, never mind. I shouldn't say replacement. That would imply that the Rays gave Milner. Now, anyway, but each time, I guess what I was trying to imply was that each time Chourio's been traded, it's come with a reliever when the return probably wasn't enough for just the reliever, let alone including Chourio. Isaac Paredes was the trade here, and he's a quality player, but he's not worth Jackson Chourio. And hey, Toronto got an amazing run out of him, so it wasn't even the Yankees. He was impossibly bad for the Yankees. So they made one of the most heinous trades ever with that. Good job, guys. Mason Hauer in right. Strong player. League high 716 plate appearances, 118 WRC plus, 5-win season. I see him pop off regularly in Sims. he is becoming one of those guys that I'm starting to investigate the trade possibilities of in damn near every sim, just because I rarely see him fail. And a lot of it's probably the fact that, he's got the contact and eye. That baseline to work off of is so strong. Even if the power doesn't really develop, which in this case it's 50, I've seen it get as high as 60 in a sim when he became like a real top tier player. Not that 5 wins is bad, but like I'm talking 7, 8 wins because he developed 60 power. But even if he doesn't, like your floor with somebody like Auer, if he's bringing you 55 contact with 60 eye and the great defense and speed, that's just really, really nice. I want to say he starts with the Rays. So if you're looking for him, he is a Ray by trade. I don't know why I said by trade, but he's a Ray when you start a fucking sim. I'm a dumbass. Jonathan Aranda at DH, 113 WRC plus, 1.3 WAR. Solid little hitter. Another lefty. So how many lefties do they run out there? It's Aranda and Lau. That's it. Only 2 lefties and a switch, and they were still that bad against lefties. That is really, really peculiar. And I don't see really bad numbers here. I mean, okay, I guess a lot of these big WRC plus totals are their subs. Carson Williams, big-time defender. Fidel Brujan, kind of a utility bench guy. Ryan Cermak, kind of a utility bench guy. Sam Huff. So that's 5 of the, what is this, 8? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 of the 10. So half of the 10. I don't know why I thought that was 8. I still don't think I think it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 of the 9. 4 of the 9. Jesus. 4 of the 9 are bench bats. So then when you look here, it goes from 108 Curtis Mead down to 78 with Brandon Lau. So Lau, Aranda, Hedges, and Chorio drag down their numbers against lefties. So that's 4 of your big starters there. So that is a bit of an issue. Makes a little bit more sense why they struggle. We're not going to take them lightly no matter. I'm still going to play into the split, but I'm not going to just pretend that, it doesn't exist and just keep running out a bunch of righties. By the way, during these winter streams, there are going to be times that I'm checking my phone, not to be disrespectful. Oh my God, and I just saw 2 bits of news that I am psyched about, y'all. Okay, well, one I'm super psyched about. My Tigers signed Jack Flaherty, which I really, really love that gamble. I wanted that to happen. That's exactly the guy I wanted them to take a shot on. Yes, dude. Oh, I am hyped about that. And then the other bit of news, I shouldn't say I'm psyched on both because this one I'm neutral on, but I just mentioned that Randy Arozarena might be going to the Dodgers. He's not, fake out, but actually Tyler Glasnow and Manuel Margot are going for Ryan Pepio and Johnny DeLuca. So everyone's going to be up in arms about how they're getting another stud. Look, you can get a little chapped if they bring in Yamamoto after getting Ohtani. And I love Tyler Glasnow. I really, really do. He's a wonderful pitcher when he's on the field. But the simple fact is, he just hasn't stayed healthy. This isn't like getting like Corbin Burns or even Dylan Cease, who's coming off a tough year. Those moves would maybe be a little bit more anger-inducing. Yes, Glasnow is coming off of his most innings pitched ever, but it was 120. Not a huge season. So his health is such that, like, there's I don't want to say just a non-zero chance because that implies like a small chance. There's like a decently strong chance that Ryan Pepio can out-war him this year because A, Pepio's good, and B, he can just pitch a bunch more innings. So, like, I'm rooting for Glasnow. I'm not, like, against him in any way, but you have to face facts that he has 2 seasons over 100 innings in the majors. This isn't, like, the automatic give them the title already move that it's going to be made out to be because everyone's salty how they got Ohtani, and now they're going to trade for Glasnow, and then they might get Yamamoto, blah, blah, blah. Look, how many times have we seen teams win the offseason and then fall on their face in season? And I'm not saying that's going to happen to the Dodgers. This is not a prediction. This is more of like just a chill out a little bit, y'all, okay? And if you're a fan of another team in the NL West, okay, maybe you can be a little chapped because y'all are in for some trouble. Although, hey, the D-backs got in the dance and they did their thing. Padres obviously spending a bunch of money and then they went poor. The Giants, I like the big Jung Hoo Lee signing. I actually am a really big fan of him if they add a few more guys. And then the Rockies are the Rockies, right? They're eating glue in the corner or something. So like if you're a Giants, D-backs, Padres fan, yeah, you got your own evil empire there that you got to be pissed about. But like everyone just hating the Dodgers because they're loading up or whatever. I don't know. I just don't want to waste my energy on that shit. I think Ohtani is going to be awesome there, and that's cool. I'm going to root for Ohtani wherever he is. I would root for him even if he was a Yankee, and I hate the Yankees. But anyway, sorry for the diatribe. Like I said, I had to check the text there because I saw like multiple things come in. I was like, there might be baseball news, y'all. So pardon me on that. I usually am just like phone off. Don't worry about it when I'm recording. But during the hot stove, I hope you'll forgive me. And I thought we'd got that. She was on the couch, but I thought I heard the little pitter patter of one Charlotte jump into the bed there. And we need her. We need her for this series. So I'm glad that she jumped in. Welcome to the stream, Char. Being held against her will. But I turned on her little space heater. This dog is obsessed with the heat. I can turn it off now. I'm obsessed with the heat too. I get cold pretty easily, but I did not need it on right now. I had put it on for her. But now she matriculated over to the bed and she's with us for this. Now let's get into the pitching and then back to our series here. Speaking of Tyler Glasnow, he is their ace. Not a super ace-like season. 424 ERA is what I almost said. 424 ERA, 130 whip. It's not bad, but it wasn't amazing. It was 155 innings coming off 194, 202, and 166 in 25, 24, 23 respectively. So he really did find some health here in this sim. And even with a little bit of time missed this year, 155 is still pretty good. Again, not his best year, but we still fear him. He can drop 8 Ks on us in a moment. Taj Bradley, don't quit on Taj Bradley in fantasy, y'all. He had some ups and downs this first year. That's the kind of guy that you buy on, right? Like, you should be almost fading some of the hot rookies that popped off that are probably going to have a regression season now that their price is sky high in fantasy, and buying the guys like Taj Bradley and Henry Davis when their value's at a trough. But okay, Corbin Carroll, he went crazy. He's still going to be great. I'm trying to think of somebody who was like, had a good season, but they're maybe not going to do it again. The first guy that came to mind, I don't really agree with, but maybe that type of player. I was going to say James Outman. I actually do believe in him. But speaking of the Dodgers, they could sign enough guys that they almost, eat up his playing time. Oh, no, I got a good one for you. I mentioned the Rockies, and I do like this guy, but the things that he did last year are unsustainable. Nolan Jones, 401 BABIP, that's not happening. I know Colorado influences BABIP to the positive. That's not happening again. So he went 20-20 in 106 games. I'm not paying the premium on him. I'm just not. It's probably going to be like the 5th or 6th round. I can't do it. So that's the kind of guy that you should be fading after a year like that. And then you buy in on the guys that were premium prospects, but they didn't quite pan out. And now people are going to move away from them. Even somebody like Volpe could be a bit of a discount. Because, yeah, he went 20-20, but it was with a 209, 283, 383. Anyway, I've gotten way too sidetracked, and I'm sorry about that. I love Taj Bradley. Stick with him. He had a great year for them. He's probably their true ace, but Glasnow's leading off the series. Then Shane Baz, 195 innings of a 360 ERA, 121 whip. Excellent year for him. Also look out for him in fantasy this year, coming off of TJ. But he had the 18-month recovery, which does make me a little bit more confident. I usually fade TJ returners, but I'm a little bit more interested in the guys that had the extended rehab. If they're coming off a 13, 14 month, I pass. But if it's more of the 17, 18 month, I'm at least somewhat interested. And then Michael Mercado's their 4th starter here. He only had 8 starts for them. They were good, 284 ERA, but a 133 whip and a 17% K rate. Says he might have just been running hot with a 271 BABIP and a .8 homer 9. So we'll see what's up. Their bullpen, let's take a look at these relievers here. That's versus left numbers, sorry. So Kyle Nicholas was the one that was pushed to the bullpen from the rotation. with good reason. He had a 5.53 ERA. And I think we only want majors there. Clay Holmes is still here and doing well. Caleb Ferguson. So there's their righty-lefty studs right there. Those two. Penn Murphy. He's hot right now, but he had a rough regular season. Jason Adam. He had a great year. Evan Reifert was incredible. In fact, actually, he's their ace reliever. 35 shutdowns, 7 meltdowns, 2.69 ERA, 109 whip. Very nice season. And then Walker Weichel and Garrett Clevenger are okay. They both put up 5-something ERAs in the season. They have some skill. All right, let's get into it. Sorry for the 25-minute preamble, but we will go through the whole series here, even if it's 7 games. So this could be a long-ass episode. Actually, should I guarantee that? We'll see. We'll see. I think we will. I mean, it's not super late, so I don't know why I would necessarily have to cut it, even if this goes long. All right, looking at the positional breakdown, we only get 2 wins according to the computer. We get Dingler over Hedges, Torque over Mead, and then we tie Riley Green and Mason Hour, but they get everything else. Lau over Young, Aknarf over Cruz, Lewis over Adames, Arozarena over Evan Carter, Chorio over Mendoza, and Glasnow over Ashby. All right, so we're the underdogs. They're the number 1 seed. That all checks out. I do want to check one thing, make sure we're good with the lineup and everything, because I did mention yesterday when I was recording, and yesterday when I recorded, not when they don't go up one day after another, but the last time I recorded during the Seattle series, that we'll move Adames down just a little, just from 4 to 6. He and Mendoza will switch. It does create a little 3 lefty in a row situation, but there already was one. See, when he was there, it was 3 lefties here. So there's just going to be 3 lefties somewhere. And that's just the nature of us having a bunch of lefties. Because I'm not going to put Arias or Relvis in just to break that up. We'll deal with it. And then in a late game situation, if they bring out Ferguson for Green, Mendoza, and Cruz, well, they'll have to figure it out. There will be some instances maybe where I would go Cruz, or where I would go Relvis over Cruz against a lefty. But we'll deal with that in the late game situation. I will do this. I'll only move Adames down 1 spot, and then it's 2 pairs of 2 lefties. So that breaks it up a little bit. There. Okay, game 1. Finally. Hopefully y'all don't hate those preambles too much. I'm sure some of y'all maybe just skip right to the beginning of the game, but once I get to talking fantasy baseball, it's annoying, I know. All right, let's kill the music, get some cotton candy, and get into this game here. We got Carter against Glasnow. Game 1 begins. 1-2. Struck him out. And we're off. Where you going, Tyler? He's leaving. I'm going to go over here and catch the ball. Why? That's weird. Nothing for us in the first. They got 2 on, nobody out. Hit by pitch and a single. Great start, Aaron. Great start. 3-0, another walk. Wonderful. So bases loaded. Hit by pitch, single, walk. Big trouble early. 2-2 to Chorio. Struck him out looking. What a nasty changeup. Brandon Lau, 1-2. Popped up on the infield. Infield fly in effect. Who's going to take it? First baseman Skylar Torkelson, I almost said. Spencer Torkelson. 2 down now. We could possibly get out of this with nothing. Most impressively so far, don't want to speak too soon, it's only 18 pitches to this point for Ashby. 1-1 to Mead. Ground ball to second. Jace Young fires over to first. It's an error. Oh my God, the meltdown inning continues. That'll score a run. Jace freaking Young. Royce Lewis now, 1-2. And he rips one. Deep to left. Back. Gone. Grand slam, Royce Lewis. That's what happens when you make an error with 2 outs. So much for them being tough against, being bad against lefties, eh? That's all on Jace, dude. I'm sorry. Like, the team player thing is to not point fingers and be like, hey, we're a team. We win together. We lose together. Nah, fuck that. That's on Jace. That's unbelievable, man. How hard was that ball that you biffed? 81 miles an hour. Unbelievable. 2-2 to Aranda. Ground ball to short. Adamas, a real fielder. Fires over to first, retires the side, but we're down 5-0, so it'll be a lot of risping in this one. We got Adamas on second, 3-1 coming to Cruz. That's a walk, okay. If we answer right back, that'd be nice. Jace Young, chance to redeem himself. Lifts one. Medium center, playable. 2 down. And that'll bring up Dingler. 2-2. Struck him out. All right. Nothing for them in the second. Top 2. Or top 3, rather. Nothing for us. Bottom 3. They get 2 more runs on a Brandon Lau 2-run homer. All right. All right. Ashby, you got to wear some of this, you know. Some of this has to be your responsibility, too. 7-0 now. All right. Top 4. Nothing for us. Glasnow dealing with just 1 hit through 4. All right. Ashby, you'll be done. We'll go to Olsen here. So close the book on Ashby. Gets 3 innings, 7 runs, only 2 earned, you know. So, and again, he played his role in the first inning, but he did his job. So I really am not looking to give him too much heat. Like, I will, you know, he can wear the Brandon Lau homer and all that, but like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me with the error leading to a grand slam. Like, that just can't happen. But shit happens. You can't lose your mind over it. Like, we're not going to bench him or cut him or anything. I would never do. I'm kidding. And that's a reference to something that happened on my Twitch where a premium defensive second baseman, so not a Jace Young type, like a legitimately good defensive second baseman, booted a ball to lose Game 7 of the World Series, and I traded him immediately. But we're not going to do that to Jace Young. Don't worry. All right, bot 4. And they got a runner on second with 1 out, Rosarena. That one's going to be a diving grab in center. Atta baby Mendoza. We're going to do some half innings, though. They score another run. We're not even going to check out the risps. Olsen's at 32 pitches. Let's get the bullpen going just in case he gets backed into a corner. I'll hit a risp on that one. Yeah, because I figured that was coming, that he was fatigued. So you got 1 out, 1 on. I'm not going down without a fight. Well, that's admirable, but, you know, we're also already getting cooked. You know what? I'm going to take him up on that. I'm going to let him finish the inning. And he gets out of it. Atta baby. Good on him. All right, so we go bot 7 now. He's at 49 pitches. He's cooked. We'll go to Enriquez. We need Enriquez to finish this out. We need 3 out of him, man. Because, like, this game's pretty much over. Glasnow, by the way, goes 8. 8 innings of shutout ball with 4 hits, a walk, 12 strikeouts. Yikes. If the Dodgers are getting that guy, okay. That's going to be nuts. All right, top 9. Glasnow going for the shut piece. Strikes out Torque. How many pitches? With the strikeouts, it's got to be over 100. 117. Are they going to keep pushing him? The Rays would never. 0-1. Ground ball to first, 2 down. And probably to cap it off, 0-2 to Mendoza. That sounds like a punchy to me. And it is. Ball game. We get absolutely housed. 8-0. And I will say, you know, there's the whole, like, butterfly effect thing. You don't know what would have happened if this, that, and the other happens. But given that Glasnow was as good as he was, and we didn't score a damn thing. Why do I always type up when we clearly lost? But given that, I can't be getting too busted up about the error and anything. Because we didn't do shit. So we're not going to keep bringing up Jace Young or even Aaron Ashby struggling. We were dominated. And frankly, 1 run would have done it. So we move on. And we tip the cap to Glasnow. 14 punches on a 122 pitch shutout. That's incredible. All right, let's get into game 2. Let's turn back on the daily saves and move into game 2 here. So much for that lefty gambit. God, unbelievable. All right, so they'll probably stick with Boz. That should move Stone. Okay, it does. So we got Stone there, and then Scooble should be ready for game 3, especially with an off day traveling to Detroit. Yeah, he definitely will be. Okay. All right, so Stone v. Boz. And here's another thing, too. That game sucked, but one of my little favorite adages that my dad taught me was the series doesn't start until the home team loses. Meaning, if you hold serve, there's no need to panic. Obviously, if you're the underdog team, the way we are, you're going to need to win one on the road. But losing game 1 in Tampa Bay, like whether it's 8-0 or 1-0, it doesn't really matter. So if we can steal one here, we're good. If not, we got to go to Detroit, win 3, and then come back to Tampa and then try to win 1 of 2. So as long as you hold home field, you don't have to panic until later in the series. And ideally, you should never panic because nothing good really happens when you're panicked. But you don't need to do a ton of drastic moves until then. I thought I saw Char move out of the corner of my eye, but it looks like she hasn't moved an inch since she got into the bed. All right, Stone v. Boz. We don't even get that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Stone ranks low, and it's mostly due to his stamina. I would say almost exclusively, because 60, 55, 50 on its face is generally better than a 40 grade. But I think for a starter with 40 stam, they bump him down a little bit. That's my understanding of it this year, because I've seen some curious numbers where I'm like, how does he rank that low? And that's what it has to be to me. Sorry, I'm getting a little something there. So I'm making a bunch of noise. All right, game 2. And we'll do the first at-bat against Boz. 1-2. Lifted into right, but playable. 1 down. And off we go. And Torque with a quick double. And it'll bring up Riley Green. 0-2. Little ground ball to the pitcher. All right, Adames with 2 outs. 1-2. Struck him out. All right. We threatened, though. We got our first hit much sooner than we did last game. All right, bot 1. Nothing for them. Top 2. Back in business. 2 on, 1 out. Dylan Dingler with an opportunity. Man, where was that? I want to see where that pitch was on the little pitch chart there, because it looked like it was at his knee, and he somehow fisted it out to center to advance the runner. All right, so now we have runners at the corners with 2 down. Carrasco. Again, as I've said throughout the Seattle series, and he did get a homer and had some contributions, but he can erase all the regular season crumminess with some key playoff moments. Could this be one? Full count pitch coming from Shane Boz. Struck him out. What a garbage bag. All right, bottom 2. Nothing for them. Top 3. We're back in business again. Oh, wait. We didn't even get a hit last inning to get 2 on. What the hell happened? Walks. So top 2, it was walk, fly out, walk, fly out, strikeout. Jeez. And now here we are again with 2 more walks. Like, you can't get all these walks and not take advantage of any of them. So I'm going to freak if we don't do something here. 2 on, nobody out, Riley Green up. 3-1. Another walk? Hell yeah. Let's go. Sacks juiced. All right, we got to get something here. We're going to at least scratch something on the board, or I'm flipping this table and I'm going to bed. Full count to Adames. Walked in a run. Oh my God, Shane Boz just does not have it today with 6 walks. Now, real life Tampa Bay would take him out. Guaranteed. There's no way he'd still be pitching in the playoffs right now like this. If the computer lets him go too much longer, it'd be a little suspect. Like, it's okay that I could see other managers in real life maybe letting him go a little bit more, but he's at 59 pitches with no outs in the third. I think even some of the more short slow hook managers would be taking him out at this point. Let's see what O'Neal Cruz can do. 2-0. Ground ball. Comes home with it. Back to one. Double play. Double play. It was a good play by them. It will move Green and Adames to third and second, respectively, with Mendoza having an opportunity to do something. 2-2 pitch coming from Boz. And he gets the strikeout. Man, to only have given up one run despite 6 walks and a hit is, of course, incredible. We're on the board. That's a positive, but it's hard not to feel a little pissed off that that's all we've got. And now they got a runner on second with 2 outs. Full count to Auer. Struck him out. Top 4 now. Nothing for us. Oh, they finally got through an inning without 12 walks. He has 7 walks, by the way. I said 6 earlier. Or maybe he had one that inning. Maybe he had one last inning. He did. He did, but he worked around it. Oh, my God. All right, top 5. Let's get the bullpen going just in case, because I'm not exactly sure where Stone's pitch count was. I didn't check it, which I can do, obviously. So let me do that. Oh, it's 48. Okay, he's kind of dealing. In fact, I'm going to be so brazen as to sit these guys down. You like that? All right, 2 on, 1 out. Boz still out there, 92 pitches now. He's up to 8 walks, 1 hit, but only 1 run. Again, they've pushed him further than real-life Tampa Bay would ever. And I would say like 25 of the real-life Major League managers probably would. At this point, they should have cut their losses and said, okay, we got, 3 1/3 out of him. Let's go. But they keep keeping him in. We need to take advantage. 1-2 to Cruz. We know what this is. Well, it wasn't another strikeout, but it was a double play. Or it wasn't another double play, but it was a ground out is what I meant to say. Because he had the double play last time. So first and third, 2 down. Mendoza, 0-1. New pitcher, by the way. Clay Holmes in. Mercifully taking out Boz. Little tapper to the mound. Easy play for Holmes, but easy for me to say. Mendoza beats it out. We get a run. So we scratch another one across. We've had 412 base runners. 2 have scored. Literally 8 walks and 2 hits. And we finally got our second run. So still 2 on, 2 out. Jace Young, 2-1 pitch. Easy grounder to second to retire the side. We do get that second run at least. We head to the bottom of the 5th, up 2-0. And they got a runner on second. Their first hit. Oh, and a run in. Excuse me. So ground out, walk, double by Arozarena, drives in Mead. And you know what this is like? I have a great comp for this. It's a little dated. But the gut punch of this, of like being up 2-0, and it's like, okay, that's good, but we really haven't taken advantage, is like the Alabama-Texas national championship game. And I'm a Longhorn. I always talk about, hook 'em horns every time there's a Longhorn player. We went up 6-0 with 2 field goals where we really should have gotten at least 1 touchdown, if not both. And it was like, okay, you're leading and things have been going well-ish, but it should be a lot better. And now you're just like 1 play away from being down, which the touchdown came very quickly and it ended up being 7-6 before you could blink. This is that same scenario where it's like, we've done well. Stone was 4 no-hit innings before that, but he gives up 1 run. It cuts the lead in half, and it's like, now Rosarena's in scoring position as well, and they could easily tie it. It just feels like the air is taken out of our sails so quickly with just 1 run crossing, because we should have like 3 or 4 at least. But there's a ground out by Hedges for the 3rd out. So they only get the 1, but they're on the board, and it's 2-1. They're going to go to Penn Murphy, top 6 here. And I think it's time to already get into the batter because this is a close game. So 0-2 here to Dingler. Struck him out. 2-1 to Carrasco. Ground ball to second. Easy play for a while. And 1-0 to Evan Carter. Fly ball to left center. And then it'll be a Rosarena that makes the grab to retire to the side. So we do nothing in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Still 2-1. And now we'll get the pen up. Probably should have gotten him up last inning. Or when we were batting, rather. That's one of my consistent flaws as a manager when I play these games out is not getting the pen warmed up when we're batting so that we can turn right to them. All right, it's going to be Auer, Aranda, Aknarf. Stone at 71 pitches, like I said. Let's kind of go batter by batter here. 3-1 to Auer. It's 0 for 2 on the day. Little ground ball to first. Torque. Botched it. I knew it. So there's a little trick, and it's not a fun thing because you kind of know it's coming. When they dive like that, when they do that little slide dive, it's almost always going to be an error. So that's why I kind of sank as soon as I saw Torque dive for it. So second error for us, and Auer's on first. And now that puts Stone in the orange. So I want to investigate some things here. We got Aknarf and Chourio on coming up behind Aranda. Like, Aranda should definitely face a lefty, right? Like, he's way worse against them. Standard disclaimer, I know y'all can't see the righty one, so I'll tell you, -10 contact, -5 gap, and -5 avoid K. I just don't want to reference those numbers and have anyone be like, I can't see versus right. It's like, I know, my camera's blocking it, so I try to fill you all in. Of course, the one that's not ready after I do the mound visit is Morion, which is who I want here. Oh, I'm so torn, y'all. Aranda's 50 points of OPS or WRC plus better against righties. And even with the small sample against lefties, it's 55 plate appearances. I'm not going so much off of that as I am the ratings. So I just wanted to be clear that, like, I'm not putting too much stock into that small of a plate sample, but the ratings back it up. Shit, y'all. All right, I'm going to go to Morion. Oh, I'm so nervous here. Wait, what's Stone do against lefties? He only loses 5 stuff. Other than that, he's pretty neutral. He's got a little bit better. 1 point, literally. 19 to 18% strikeout minus walk against lefties. His rates were a little bit worse. Well, his ERA was almost a full run higher, but and his whip was 13 points. Okay, so a good bit worse. But that's only because he was amazing against righties with a 215 BABIP. It went up to 263 against lefties. That's not bad. Where he really gets got is his home run rate goes from 1.3 to 1.9. And that's something that Aranda could definitely do, though. All right, enough deliberation. We're going to Morion. 2-0 pitch. Uh-oh. Cracked into center. Mendoza trotting over, makes the grab. Easy play. Oh, but the tag up's going to happen, so that must have been deep. Okay, nice play there by Auer. That'll bring up Aknarf with 1 out. 2-2. Lifted into shallow left. Carter ranges in, makes the grab. 2 down for Chourio. Full count pitch coming. Struck him out looking. Let's go. So we work around the leadoff runner. Was that a walk or a hit? I can't remember. Oh, it was the error. We work around the error. All right, so it'll be Torque, Green, and Adames. Wait. I thought I moved Adames down. Did I back out and then come back? Oh, no, it was a different game. I know what happened. I did it in the game, not in our main screen, so you'd have to do it every game for it to stick. Okay, because I was like, am I going crazy? But no, I'm not. I mean, maybe I am, but for entirely different reasons. And Torque gets a piece of one. Apo Taco bomb on a 2-2 count. Make it 3-1 Tigers, baby. Let's go. That's what an MVP does, baby. Riley Green now. He's swinging first pitch. And he's ripping one over to first. Meade picks it up. Fires over to Green over to Murphy covering to retire Green. And now it'll be Adames with 1 out, 2-2. And he flares one into right, but good play by Howard to retire him. and it'll be Cruz. Full count pitch coming. Struck him out. But a torque homer doubles our lead to 2. It's 3-1 now at stretch time here in Tampa Bay. They're going to send up Lau, Mead, and a Rosarena. Damn, a Rosarena bats 7th for them? Talk about depth, dude. That's crazy. All right. We're going to stick with Morion here against Lau. And deep in the hole for Adames. Makes the play behind the bag at second. Nice one there. Good range. All right, let's get Elpidio and Teodo going. We got to go to our guys here. And come on. What's Mead do against lefties? He's a bit better, 86 to 108. I mean, that's more than a bit. 22 points is a nice jump. Ratings-wise, he gets +5 contact, +5 eye, and that's it. So, I mean, he's pretty tough against both sides. It's probably more an aberration that he wasn't that good against righties. He's usually just pretty tough on both sides. Morion loses 5 stuff. That's the only difference in his split. I mean, and we can't turn anybody here, so I was just seeing what we're up against, not deciding about a move because both guys are cold. And he walked him. That's frustrating. So 1 on, 1 out. And it'll be the aforementioned Randy Arozarena. And he lifts one into left center. That's deepish. Oh, that's more left field than left center. I thought it was going to keep going. But Carter ranges back and makes the grab. 2 down. Royce Lewis now. He's swinging 1-0. And he lifts one deep to left center. That one's more left center. A diving grab by Evan Carter. Bang. Oh, I didn't know what was going to happen there. I thought that one was actually getting down, to be honest. Actually, off the bat, I thought it was yard. 100%. Then I started to see the trajectory die there, and I was like, well, that might be a double in the gap. But Evan Carter said, I got it. So Garrett Clevenger is going to come in. He'll face Mendoza, Young, and Dingler. He's probably going to face Mendoza, Elvis Martinez, and Dingler. Because we'll make the move. And then we have Perez and Teodo ready to go for the 8th and 9th. 3-1 here to Mendoza. Oh, give me a leadoff walk. Yes, we do get that. And now we go Elvis. Get your butt in there. And then I guess we're going to have to put Cruz at second. Oh, he doesn't have second on his. I mean, someone's going to be playing kind of out of position. Because if I move Carrasco there, we lose the DH. So we'll figure it out after the inning. Let's see where this inning goes. 1-0. We might just put Arias in for Martinez is what we'll do, actually. Because I don't want to put some poor defender to fly out by Martinez and possibly cost ourselves via defense in a 2-run game. That would be really asinine. All right, Dingler. Mendoza, thinks about it and then returns. Full count to Dingler. Walked him. Let's go. They just walked Dylan Dingler. Jason Adam now has 2 on, 1 out. And Carrasco, speaking the devil, comes up against a lefty. Or no, against a righty. Yeah, Adam. Okay, so he's staying in. Full count. When did they go to Adam? After Clevenger. That's deep to the track. But it's going to stay in. Auer grabs it. And Mendoza tags to get to third. But yeah, obviously it was very recent, but they went. Clevenger only faced the 1 batter. Oh, because we have 1 batter minimum. Duh. That's weird that I did change the 1 batter minimum, but forgot to change the ghost runner thing for regular season games. That's kind of interesting because I would go in that page, do the one, but not the other one. They're both right by each other. Oh, well. All right, Carter against Adam. He's first pitch swinging, and he lifts one deep to center, sky high, but playable. And Chorio makes the grab to retire the side. So Tigers threaten, but do not score. We head to the 8th, 3-1. Let's just go Elvis here. I mean, Arias for Elvis, rather. Put him over at second. And there we go. A little defensive replacement, basically. And Marion came in, did his thing. Got 2 no-hit innings. He's pitched brilliantly. But no need to push him beyond that. We got right, left coming up. We'll go to Teodo. Emiliano Teodo, 2-2 pitch coming. Don't you dare let Austin Hedges get on. Don't make him a Kevin Newman. There's a strikeout. I don't want him to go full Kevin Newman. You never go full Kevin Newman. What was I going to look at? I forget. Mason Hour now. 0-2. Struck him out. Back-to-back punches here for Teodo. And Jonathan Aranda, 1-2. Give me the strike out the side. Bang! He does just that. Let's go. We head to the 9th, up 3-1. It'll be Torque who had a key home run back in the 7th. Then Green and Adames. Full count coming to Torque. And he rips another one. Ooh, that was on a line, but right to the left fielder, Rosarena. By the way, their outfielders are Rosarena, Chorio, Auer, left to right. I never set their defense. Then Ocknarf, Lewis, Lau, Mead around the horn with Hedges catching. Rosarena, 55 arm. Chorio, 55 arm. And Auer, 75 arm. Okay, so we're never running on Auer. Situationally, we can run on a Rosarena or Chorio. Riley Green now. Ground ball to first. Easy play for Mead. 2 down. And that brings up Adames. 3-1. Walked him. That's going to be it for Adam. They're going to go to Caleb Ferguson for O'Neal Cruz. We don't really have a pinch hitter here because we also used Arias as a defensive replacement. And if you think I'm putting in Javier Baez as a pinch hitter for anybody, then you got another thing coming because that ain't happening. 0-2 to Cruz. Punchy. I mean, that's what Baez would have done anyway. All right, here we go. Bot 9. Chance to steal one in Tampa Bay. It'll be Ocknarf, Chorio, Lau. A difficult run here for Teodo, or if we go to Elpidio. I think I'm going to stick with Teodo. At least until Lau. If there's anything brewing when Lau comes up, I'll go to Perez. But for now, I think we're going to stick with Emiliano Teodo. Ocknarf swings first pitch. Ground ball to second. Arias, the sure-handed second baseman, fires over to first. 1 down. It'll be Chorio. 0-2 pitch. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And he lifts one to center. Mendoza back. And that is... Hello? Off the wall for a double. Okay, I really could not tell there. I didn't hear the horn, so I knew it wasn't a homer, but for a second I thought maybe he caught it. So sorry, that was a rotten call. The tracker actually didn't help me in that case. It kind of hurt me because it was all just kind of jumbled up there where I didn't know what was happening. Oh, that sick replay. All right. Well, I did say if something's brewing when Lau comes up that I would maybe go to Perez. I think we have to. Lau is just so much worse. Now, they might go to a pinch hitter. Who do they have? They have all righties. Oh, William Contreras? William Contreras is their backup catcher? I guess he's kind of fallen off. Dude was in high and double-A this year. Dominating, but still. What the hell is going on? Yikes. What a rough turn for him. So, yeah, they might pinch hit, but I tell you what, pinch hitting any of these guys, even somebody like Huff, who, like I mentioned when we were reviewing the team, he's got some pop, and he has 60 pop against lefties. But even that, they're running 3 catchers, by the way. Or even William Contreras. Like, I think that's still better than Lau against a righty. So, Teodo, you did brilliantly, but we're going to go to Perez here. 1 on, 1 out. Brandon Lau, they're going to keep him in. He's the tying run at the dish. 2-2 pitch coming from Elpidio Perez. Struck him out. 2 down. Curtis Mead now, 2-0. Ground ball under the glove of Cruz. That's going to score a run. That'll get down in the corner and rattle around. Curtis Mead with an RBI double makes it 3-2, which puts an even brighter light on Spencer Torkelson's 7th inning home run because now it's the difference. And we need just 1 more out, but it's going to have to come against Randy Arozarena with a lefty. Elpidio Perez. Can he do it? Full count pitch coming. Perez kicks and fires. Struck him out. Ball game. And the series is tied just like that. We steal one in Tampa Bay. And like I said, that's why we don't panic after that first one. Yeah, it was a bad game. Didn't go well, but it's still just a, it's just a regular old loss. That's something that, the irrational fan in us can get mad when your team gets clobbered as if it's any worse than if you lose a close one. At the end of the day, it really isn't. Like, I understand the concept of like, oh, well, we played until the end and we lost tight, so we're in this. Yes, there is something to that, but that's more of a fan thinking thing. Players, most of them are very capable of just washing away a loss, whether it was 10-0 or 2-1 in 10. And so they see it the same. They're just losses. Oh my God. Shane Baz sets a Tampa Bay playoff game record with 8 walks. That's a dubious record. All right, but we get the dub, and now let's head to Detroit. We're not going to play on my birthday, October 24th, but that gives us a chance to party. So we can go crazy. I don't really party, but theoretically in this universe, we can go crazy. Let's go ahead and sim that off day, get to Detroit. By the way, Cardinals up 1-0 on the Reds. I'll probably have a game here while we're simming the off day. Actually, I think this is just finished. Yeah, this is just finishing game 2. Wait, how did they not play? Oh, they played game 1 the same day that we played our game 2. So they will play on the off day, which happens now. And are they going to stick with Mercado? Or are they going to go to Bradley? They got to go to Bradley, right? If he's available, they will for sure. Mercado's that like unimpressive 4th starter that they had. And we have Job ready to go. Or Skubal, which, yeah, Skubal's ready. Skubal, Bradley. This will be a hell of a matchup for sure. And we'll move Adames down like we had in that first game, and I think we'll go Mendoza in the 4 spot. Here's a question. Never mind. I want to see what Jace Young was up to in the playoffs. He's actually been pretty good. If anyone's going to get benched, maybe it would be O'Neal Cruz. Do we try to maybe give him a breather? Get Arelvis a start? Because he's pretty, not pretty split neutral. He's literally split neutral. No changes right versus left. You know what? We're going to try it. We're going to try it. And then we have, wrong guy. Sorry about that there, buddy. And we don't want Arelvis ever playing short. And then we have Cruz off the bench. And that gives us a big lefty bat and a decent righty bat in our, decent in heavy quotes. A capable bat. But yeah, I think that's better with, that's better than just having Meadows. Like, Meadows is a great defensive sub and speed sub, but not much of a hitting sub. All right, here we go. Game 3. Let's get into it. Taj Bradley against Tariq Skubal in Detroit. All right, so it's back to the, 7-2-1 split, where we got the tie and the first and the catcher in first base wins, and we still haven't won a pitcher one. Bradley just edges out Skubal, but we trust our ace. We feel good about him. Let's go, baby. Come on. 30 degrees in Detroit. Oof. Down 25 degrees from the last home game we had. Wind blowing out to center at 10 miles an hour. I wonder if that's going to affect anything. Now, this is a very, very, very difficult center field to go yard in. But 10 miles of wind, that can kind of help anybody. So we'll see what happens here. Skubal against Auer. 1-2 pitch. Lifted to center, but shallow. Mendoza trots in, makes the grab, 1 down. And away we go with the Risps. Nothing for them in the first. Nothing for us. Top 2, they get a 2-run shot from Royce Lewis. Son of a bitch. Where did he hit it to? 9D. Okay, so we know that's right field, but let's bring up our field charts. I did forget to do that. And pop this over here just to make sure it shows up. Scroll down. And there we go. So what did it say? 9 what? 9D? Yeah. So he just cooked. He just blasted one. Oh, that's an Oppo Taco, though. That's not easy as a righty in Comerica, so respect on that one. But we're down 2-0 here. Bottom two, nothing for us. Top three, they got a runner on third with one out. And that was a Mason Hour triple. Son of a bitch, dude. He hit that to 8-9 XD. So that's triples alley, I believe, here in Comerica. Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a not surprising triple. All right, 1-2 to a Rosarena. Huge strikeout there. We got a chance to get out of this without our scoring. And it'll be Wander Franco. Oh, damn it. I said his real name. Amble Aknarf. 1-2 and base hit. Okay, I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret there. I tried to pitch around, figuring if we walked him, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And we end up giving up a base hit there. Maybe, I don't know why I keep doing it. That's me banging my head into a wall. I don't think the pitch around has ever worked for me. And there's a little bit of hyperbole in that, but not much, y'all. I have some catastrophic pitch around, button pushes on my stream over the course of my Sims, particularly in the Montreal one, because we had a little bit of a, maybe not a dynasty. I don't know if we won enough World Series for that, but we were a really strong team, perennial playoff contender. We had some amazing playoff runs, and there was occasions where I'd try the pitch around, and like 3 times in a row at one point, it led to a homer. So again, continuing to try it is a little bit my fault, a little bit stupid on my part there. I should have just walked him if I wanted to put him on, but it's not like Chorio's easy to go after either, though. 0-1, ground ball to third. Arelvis goes the short way to second to retire the side. But they have 3 runs now. We're in a little bit of trouble here. We get one right back, though. Let's go. That's a Dylan Dingler first pitch bomb, baby. Let's go. And now we got 2 on, 1 out. After Carrasco flies out, Carter singles, and Torque walks. All right. Riley Green, what do you say? Full count. You say pop up on the infield fly rules in effect. Cool. Cool. You could have just said, like, I'm going to go yard or something. That would have been way cooler. But all right. Mendoza now with 2 down. And he's going to drop one into right. Base hit. 1 run scores. Torkelson over to third. Make it 3-2. Let's go. All right, that works. And now we have Adames. Hey, Adames. Really good time to get off the schneid here, my guy. He's on Snowflake. 3-1. He's swinging 3-1, and he's going to ground out. Fielder's choice. This is why you're on the schneid, my guy. That's terrible. God, that's so bad. All right, nothing for them in the 4th. Bottom 4. And we got 2 on, 2 out. Another opportunity here. Let's get the pen going again. Just make sure these guys stay ready. Carter, 1-2. Flared into left. Foul territory. Nice grab there by Rosarena. Damn. So we threaten but do not score. It's 3-2. Top 5. Aranda walks and then advances on a ground out by Hedges. 1 on, 1 out. 69 pitches for Skubal. We're sticking with him here. It'll be Auer. 2-2. Uh-oh. Deep to left. Back. Gone. It's 5-2. Mason Auer with a 391-foot bomb. That one was tattooed. Crap. Bot 5 now. All right, we got a runner on second, 1 out. Mendoza. And they're going to bring in Cal Nicholas. So Taj Bradley only goes 4 1/3, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks, 89 pitches. Bit of a quick hook for a 55 stam, especially for as long as they let Boz go. So I can't figure out what the hell they're up to. But all right, let's see what Mendoza can do here. 3-1. Don't you dare swing 3-1 like Adames. All right, that's laced out to right field for an out. Oh, he missed it. He dropped it. Oh, what the hell? Oh my God. I looked away. I was like, okay, I'm just going to get ready for the next batter. I was literally looking at the lineup to call out the next name. And so I missed that he botched it. Oh, he botches it.
Oh, and he botches it.
Oh my God. Just completely screwed it up there, Mason Hour does. So after his 2-run shot, he gives one back on the error. That was only 84 miles an hour, too. Now, listen, you throw an 84 mile an hour, or, hit an 84 mile an hour ball at me or throw it 84 miles at me, that's going to feel like the fastest thing ever because I'm not used to that velocity. I can't remember the last time I saw anything close to that velocity. I went to the cages one time in the low 90s and embarrassed myself. And this was when I was playing and had, a modicum of, least timing. I don't want to say skill. So when I say that, I'm saying relative to the majors, of course. And 84 miles an hour off the bat just isn't that well struck. So Auer just completely biffed it. It's 5-3 now with Adames coming up. 0-2. He's going to flare one out to right. Now I'm going to watch it all the way to make sure Auer actually catches it. He does. The runner advances to third. And it'll be Martinez, 1-1. And you know what? I was going to say we might get a wild pitch to get that extra run there. And that's exactly what happens. You guys know how I feel. I don't even have to say it. We'll take it. I'm not going to give the run back. Not that you could anyway, but it's kind of goofy. But we needed it there. It's 5-4. 2-2 to Arelvis, and he strikes out. By the way, the tough part, I was thinking maybe of benching Adames for a game to just give him a breather, but he's so good at short that it's really hard to do that. What is Arias's range? Oh, it's also 65. You know what? Unless something big happens this game where Adames ends up with a pivotal hit or even a pivotal defensive play, I'll just say if he does something pivotal, he can play the next game. Other than that, he's going to get a breather because he's just been struggling. All right, it's 5-4 Rays, top 6, Chourio, Lau, Mead. And what the hell? All right, this is one of those goofy plays that when you do the replay, you're going to see the actual thing that happened. But I think it's just a base hit because obviously that looks like a foul ball that he's somehow on the base for. I've seen this before. I think it's being worked for 25. I've definitely alerted the devs. I'm sure other people have too because it's relatively common. Because then there you do the replay, and that's just a nice clean single ripped to left field. So it's not the end of the world. Obviously, you don't want that, and it's something they need to fix. But at least you see the real thing on the replay. All right, so 84 pitches for Scoobs. How come Uribe keeps sitting down, but Mosqueda stays up? I don't know. It's weird. I'm sticking with Scoobs here. Did he go? Oh, the runner did. Chourio's safe, and the pitch was strike. Okay, sorry, I couldn't figure out if that was. It was 1-1, so I didn't know what the count was before. So my bad on that. All right, 1-2 to Lau. Lifted to center. Mendoza sliding grab. Nicely done there. He gets it in quick enough too to ensure that Chourio does not advance. And we go to Curtis Mead with one out and a runner on second. 0-2. Hard grounder to second. Young fires over to Torque, 2 down. And that'll leave it up to Lewis with Chourio over at third. I was marveling at how Arozarena was batting 6th last game. Royce Lewis bats 7th. I think it was Arozarena batting 7th last game, and now Lewis is batting 7th this game. Against the lefty, Arozarena jumps up to second. All right, come on, Scoobs. We need you here. 0-2. Ground ball to short. Adames fires over to first to retire the side. I will say these during this series, I think there's already been 3 instances of an 0-2 not being a strikeout. And it's such a rare occurrence that it is actually worth noting. It's just kind of shocking. Usually when I see 0-2, I'm like, well, that's an instant punch out. But it hasn't been, not this series at least. Kyle Nicholas back out, bottom of the 6th. Young, Dingler, Carrasco, the bottom 3 in the order. 0-2 to Jace. And there's another one, ground ball to first. It's another out. It's just, It is always surprising when it's not a strikeout. 1-0 to Dingler. Hit a home run last time. And he'll drop one in the left for a base hit. You know what? I'll tell you, the one thing that might keep me from doing the whole series, if it goes like 6 or 7, is that I don't know that I have enough water to get through the entire rest of the series, y'all. Recorded a pod today, was on a stream, and now doing this. So I run the old voice quite a bit. But we'll see. We'll see. 2-1 to Carrasco. He's going to flare one out to left. Easy play there for a Rosarena, 2 down. And that'll bring up Evan Carter. 1-2 pitch to him. And he swings over the top of that one to strike out. So they stranded a Dingler single. And we head to the top of the 7th. And now Uribe stays and Mosqueda go. I guess that's because there was a period of time there where Mosqueda was the only one warming up. So now they're off kilter. But when I brought them both up at the same time, they would usually sit at the same time too. All right, Aranda Hedges Hour. I'm giving Scooble Aranda no matter, right? Lefty. At the very least, he's getting this batter. If Aranda doesn't get on, I think I'm going to give him Hedges. And then pretty much regardless of what happens, we're going to go to Uribe for Hour. So let's see how this plan goes. 2-1. Aranda lifts it to right center. Green drifts over to make the grab, calls off Mendoza, 1 down. So that was a 4-pitch at-bat. Still under 100. Let's give him Hedges. 2-0 to Hedges. Oh, God. Little tapper popped up on the infield. That's like a 5-mile-an-hour exit velo, 2 down. All right. We'll take it there. 6 2/3. He did give up 5, right? I can't sit here and be like, oh, great outing. But he still grinded out 6 2/3. And because despite the runs, I don't know. It was just like one of those where he wasn't his best, but he certainly was far from his worst. And I really didn't mind pushing him a bit there despite the runs. Because we're also in the game, too. If it was like 5-0, and I'm like, okay, he gives up a couple more runs, we're in trouble, I might have taken him out back in like the 4th or 5th. But I feel comfortable pushing him as far as we did. And now we're going to Abner Uribe. 2-2 to Mason Hour. Uribe, the big flamethrower. Fires that one. That is a diving grab in center by Mendoza. He's all over the place. He is killing it. So it's stretch time here in Detroit. We're still down 5-4, but we are in this, y'all. Could use another Torque 7th inning homer. How about that? What do you say? One time. 0-2. Damn it. We're back on the 0-2 punchies at the most inopportune time. Green swinging first pitch. He's 1 for 2 on the day. We'll tap her back to the mound. Easy play for Nicholas, 2 down. And it'll bring up Mendoza. 0-2. And he pops it up. Will it stay foul or will it stay fair? It does. Wouldn't have mattered either way. It was going to be caught. And it retires the side. So we go 3 up, 3 down. Uribe's going to be back out for Rosarena, Aknarf, Chorio. 3-1. We'll get somebody warm in here soon, but this is pretty much his inning. And that's an infield single there. Uribe jumped off the mound to make the play as fast as he could, but a Rosarena too quick for him. So the infield single sucks. Hate to see that. And it'll bring up Aknarf with a runner on, 1-0. Aknarf rips one into right for a base hit. So Uribe in some trouble here. We might have to get him out sooner than expected. Rosarena also gets to third, and we do have to play the infield in here. It's not my favorite thing to do, but we do need to stifle this run. 2-2 to Chorio. Strikeout, that's what we needed so badly. It's the beauty of a guy like Uribe. You know, he can get back into things really quickly with the punchies. All right, but I think he's going to be done. I think we'll take our 2/3, and we'll see if Mosqueda can get out of the rest of this jam. Because Lau's coming up, we got to go to the lefty here. There's a world where we just go to the lefty, Mosqueda for 1, and then immediately turn to Enriquez against Meade. But let's see what happens here with Lau. Now, in this one, I don't play the infield in because now double play gets us out of this. So now I just want to play standard double play depth. 2-1. Ground ball to second. Young flips it to short. Back to one. Double play. Bang. Let's go. Now, based on where that was hit and the softness of it, I think even playing the infield in, we would have gotten that. But as I've mentioned several times, so, bear with me if you've heard it every time. My loyal watchers are like, we know the batting average goes up. But player batting average, hitter's batting average, well, who else at batting average would be? But the batting average goes up 100 points with the infield in. So you're sacrificing that to, try to cut down the runner at home. So it's not always the right move to have the infield in. It can be scary. But in that instance, it would have worked just fine. Evan Reifert is coming in. He's a monster. 85 stuff, 55 movement, 40 control. Huge fastball and slider with a little kind of, not quite a show me splitter, but definitely a third pitch there. Like that's far and away his worst. All right, it'll be Adames, Arelvis, and Young. Do we go to Cruz here? I think we do. Adames just hasn't had it in the playoffs. I know I said if he had like a big moment, then he could play the next game, but yeah, it's the 8th inning. This is the time. This is a good spot. Cruz could tie the game on one swing. And in fairness, Adames could too. He just hasn't been on that level right now. Let's see what Cruz can do. 2-2 pitch coming from Reifert. I'm going to go with Reifert, I think, instead of Reifert. Struck him out. Chased a bad pitch for strike 3. That one was out of the zone pretty much. Beat him on a nasty fastball. All right. Arelvis Martinez now. 1-2. Ground ball. Easy play by the shortstop. No, he botches it. Oh, the little bobble there by Aknar. Sucks to suck. Oh, wait, that's Lewis. All right, I love you, Lewis, but nice play, you idiot. All right, it'll be Jace. 2-2. Struck him out. All right, can we make something out of the error? Dingler comes up, and Dingler's been a nice piece for us at the dish. All we ask out of him is quality defense. Anything he gives us at the dish is gravy. But 259 average with a homer and 4 ribs in the playoffs, hell yeah, dude. You have been a monster. Let's see what he can do here against Reifert. Full count pitch. Ground ball to short. Lewis, sure-handed on this one, makes the play to retire the side. All right, we head to the 9th, down 1. Cruz has that huge arm, but I think we should probably go to Arias. We want to be as sure-handed as possible. We don't want an error or a botched play to screw us over. So let's do that. And we have the bullpen ready. We got Mosqueda here. I think we go to Enriquez. Because right, left. And I don't think we want to let Meade or Lewis face the lefty. Statistically, they both were way better against lefties. And we already looked at Meade's ratings. He is better against lefties. Lewis is kind of neutral. He actually loses just 5 avoid K against righties. But yeah, let's go righty here. 2-2 to Curtis Meade coming from Ronnie Enriquez. Ground ball to third. Nice play there by Arelvis. Way to get in front of it. 1 down. Royce Lewis now. Struck him out looking. Let's go. Nasty little split piece there. That was out of the zone. Got to call it square both ways. If we're going to get pissed off when they call one out of the zone for us, I got to accept it, and give the little umpire the hat tip when we get one. Aranda now with 2 outs. I think I'm going to give Enriquez a chance here. I don't think I'm going to go to the lefty, especially because 3 more righties come up right after that. Let's see what happens. Will it burn me? First pitch swinging, ground ball to short. Arias ranges over, makes the play to retire the side. So they go 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. Last chance saloon. Bot 9. It's going to be Reifert against Jerry Carrasco, Evan Carter, and Spencer Torkelson. All right. Look, Carter and Torkelson are both on the interstate here, hitting 194 and 167 respectively. But they do have 4 homers and 10 ribbies combined as well. So, I understand they can't put the whole slash line here, average OBP and slug, but that it can be so misleading in the playoffs because, I imagine Torques. Well, let's just look at it instead of guessing. Yeah, his OPS is 731, which I'm not saying is excellent. But if I tell you he's hitting 167, that paints a much different picture than if I tell you he has a 731 OPS. So maybe it'd be better. Well, it'd be better, A, if you could just customize these stats, whichever 4 stats you wanted it to show. But B, if you can't and it's going to be a default, I think OPS might be better. And OPS has its flaws too, don't get me wrong, y'all. But let's get into this. Carrasco, 0-2. Man, how are you getting down 0-2? You're supposed to be sharp, have an eye, work counts. Carter, 1-0. Carter as well, man. I mean, at least he put the ball in play, but an easy ground out, 2 down. Our big walk guys, 75 eye for Carrasco and 65 eye for Carter, and they're cooked in like 5 pitches. Come on, guys. That leaves it up to Torque. Does he have some heroics in him? 2-0 pitch coming. Is it going to be a heater? Get your pitch. Tapper to short. Got on top of it, beat it into the ground, and that will do it. We go down 2-1 here. Losing the first game in Detroit. Not what we wanted. And there you go, folks. The series has started. The home team has lost. Oh, wait. We won last game. The home team lost the last game. I'm a dumbass. So the home team's lost 2 straight. Which negates what we did, of course, and gives them back the home field. That's frustrating, especially with Scoobs going. But Auer and Lewis, man, both going yard. 2-run homers for both. It's tough. By the way, the Reds tied it up over on the NL side. Now, unless they make some sort of move here, let's see. If they stick with Mercado, which I think they will, I don't think Glasnow will be available. We're going to have a big advantage in this one. Job is markedly better. We have to take advantage. We have to. A bit of a must win here. Let's dive right into it. Oh, wait. I said I was going to give Adames a day off. Oh, we'll do it in game so that that way it doesn't stick, because I just want it to be the one time here. Go Arias. And then we'll move Arias down. We'll bat him 9th. I think I'm going to go Green, Carter, Torque. Actually, you know what? Green, Mendoza, Torque. Carter, Cruz, Carter. We're moving Carter down to 5. That puts the 3 lefties back in order, but that's fine. And we have Arelvis and Adames on the bench that we can go to in late game situations if they do hit us with some big lefty. So I'm good with that. All right, here we go. Game 4. I put up again. Y'all, I am such a doofus. Why am I so arrogant just to assume that I'm always going to be winning? Just my brain automatically types up. We are down 2-1. All right, Job against Auer here, 1-2. Little tapper in front of the plate. Dingler fires over to first, 1 down. And off we go. Nothing for them in the first. An early run for us. Solo shot for Riley Green. He responds to bat and lead off. And we continue on. They are in business here in the second with a runner on second and 2 outs. Full count to a Rosarena. Walked him. So 2 on, 2 out. Lewis swinging first pitch. Pops 1 out to right. Easy play there for Green to retire the side. We keep moving along here. Nothing for us in the third. Or nothing for them in the third, excuse me. Bottom 3. Nothing for us as well. Top 4. nothing. Bottom 4. Or we got another run. Solo shot for Torque. So our two heroes, Green and Torque, right now, they're doing what they can to get us going. Top 5. Nothing. Bottom 5. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Dingler on 3rd. Carrasco on 1st. Gabriel Arias with an opportunity to make an impact here. 1-2. Skies 1 to center. That's going to get down because the runners are going. There you go. Single to center for Gabriel Arias, and 1 run scores. Keep the runners at the corners as Carrasco gets over to 3rd. So we still have runners on 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Riley Green now. 1-0. And he rips one deep to left. Back. Gone. Riley Green with his 2nd homer of the game. An Oppo Taco 3-run shot. And it's 6-0, y'all. Riley Green eating Mercado's lunch. And that's going to be it for him. They're going to go to Walker Weichel. Weichel? I'm going to go Weichel. If it's different, feel free to correct me. Weichel. All right. Bot 5, we get the 4 runs, so we're up 6-0. Let's continue on here. Job's at 75 pitches. Be prudent. Get the pen going just in case. And we'll go Herder and Olsen. They got a runner on 2nd with 2 outs. Chourio up, 2-1. Ground ball to 2nd. Retires the side. We move to the bottom of the 6th. And we got 2 on, 1 out. Carrasco. 2-2. And he's going to rip one into the left center gap. That's going to get down. 1 run will score. Could be 2. Carrasco on his way to 2nd. Could go for 3. Thinks better of it, but 2 runs do score. It's 8-0, baby. Arias now 1-0. And he blasts one. That's going to stay in the yard, but that was well struck. Auer makes the grab. Runner does advance to 3rd, so now we have a runner at 3rd with just 2 outs. Well, with 2 outs, I should say. And it's Riley Green, the hero of the game, who has completely responded to being moved into the leadoff spot. 1-2 for him. And he cracks one to center, but looks playable. And is to retire the side. 2 more runs, though. It's 8-0. Job's at 92 pitches. Uh-oh, did I back us into a corner? No, Herder and Olsen are ready. I think we take our 6 scoreless and we say, great job, Jackson. And we're going to turn it over to somebody else here. Even though Lau's coming up, there's 5 righties after him. We're going to go to Olsen. And we're going to keep risping even though we're late because it's 8-0. And they get nothing. Stretch time, nothing for us. Top 8, nothing. Bottom 8, nothing. Top 9. Olsen with a chance to close this out. He's at 15 pitches. 0-1 to Aranda. Ground ball to 2nd. Young makes the play. 1 down. Aknarf lifts one into right. 2 down. And Chourio. 1-2 pitch coming. Struck him out looking. Let's go. Series tied. We're back in business, y'all. That was a hell of a game, man. Green going crazy. Job, don't sleep on Job's performance, right? Like, Green is the star because he hit the 2 homers, and that was obviously massive. But super, super impressed with Job going 6 scores. And then don't sleep on Olsen going 3 scoreless. They allowed a combined 3 hits. Just excellent pitching. We didn't even need that much offense, but we'll take it. It created a nice cushion that we could kind of speed through this game with, too. Leading off in style with the leadoff homer and then the shut piece. Love to see it. So there's been 2 shutties in this game, 1 for each team, both 8-0 games. All right, we got 1 more in Detroit. It's a Game 1 rematch. Meanwhile, Cincy and the Cards over there, do they play today or is this? Yeah, this will be Game 4 for them, right? It's currently 2-1 Cincy. While that's simming, let me get something real quick. Sorry about that. Wait, why didn't they play? Okay. So, how are they playing? Like, while our game is going, are their games getting simmed? I'm confused. Because I would have thought their game was unsimmed until I hit to complete the day, you know? I don't know. By the way, a 10-run fifth inning for Cincinnati gives them a 12-5 win there in game 2. I just think it was weird that their game was already played when we came out of our game. So that's why I was like, what? I was like, who the fuck is Juan Ulysses? I was really freaking out for a second, forgetting that we were on the St. Louis-Cincinnati game there. Glasnow Ashby rematch. Here we go, y'all. And you know what I love to say when it's tied at 2-2? It's a 3-game set. Basically just turns into a 3-gamer here. And we're at an hour and a half, so we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and push this. And so if it ends up going 7, it's going to be a long-ass video, and I think that's okay. I think that's okay. All right. Still 7-2-1 on these. Not that they're going to change a bunch, but just pointing out that we're still in a big deficit in terms of the ratings. All right. Hour against Ashby. 1-2. Struck him out. And let's roll. As they throw it around the horn and a bunch of text happens. Here we go. And Rosarena gets to second with a walk and then a steal. It'll be Oknarf. 2-1. Ground ball to short. Fires over to first. 2 down. And Adames is back in. It was a 1-game breather, although I did forget to put Cruz back in. So that's kind of a biff on my part. I mean, I'm not going to just burn Arelvis here and take him out. I mean, he's been all right. He has a 778 OPS in the playoffs. Like, it's not the end of the world. And again, we then have Cruz as a key pinch hitter. I mean, he has a 9 WRC plus in the postseason. So frankly, it's not that big a deal that he's getting another breather here. All right, let's see if we can strand this runner. 2-2 to Chourio. Struck him out looking. Let's go. I think that's like the 3rd time this series that we've seen an at-bat that Chourio's been struck out looking. Bottom 1, and we're in business early with double from Torque. Oh, man, and those lineup changes I made, those didn't stick either with Green going back to the 1 spot. I got to remember to do that for the rest of the playoffs. But here he is, full count with 1 out. Torque on second, and he strikes out looking. And that'll bring up Mendoza, 1-1. Is he going to dump one in the right? He is. Base hit. Will Torque go? Torque's running. Auer with the huge arm. Not in time. That a baby Torque. That's in 3-4D. I never thought he was going to run on Auer there. Look at where that is, y'all. Hang on, let me get over there. 3-4D is right here. And Auer doesn't he have like a 75 arm? Like, good on you, Torque. You must have been hoofing it, but that's scary to go on him. There are 2 outs, though, too. So he gets the jump there, cracking the bat. He's going. But still, 75 arm. And I'm like, ooh, okay. 1-0. It'll be Adames now, 1-2. And he lifts one to center, but nice play there by Chourio to retire the side. Nothing for them in the second. And we got 2 on, 2 out with Evan Carter up. 1-0 to him. Ground ball to second. I thought he'd go the short way with it. Instead, he throws over to first to retire the side. But either way, gets the job done. Nothing for them in the third. Bot 3, nothing. Top 4, zip. Bot 4, another 0. So the 2 are dueling here. We did scratch that first run across. And then we're going to get, not Uribe, not that early for Uribe. We're going to get Enriquez and Herder warmed. Just because Ashby only has 45 stam and he's at 71 pitches here. But I am going to go for the risk here. A little risky. And there's 2 on, nobody out. I mean, but it happened on 6 pitches. So it's not that big of a deal because I would have done the same thing. And so even if we were saying like, okay, press the button one time, Lewis gets a hit. I'm going to trust him for a rondo, lefty, lefty. He gets a hit. So hitting the wrist there was not a problem. But now we're looking at him 77 pitches in. I think I'm going to give him Hedges, give him an opportunity to get Hedges here. Although both guys did get warmed, did get fully ready on the mound visit. Do we go to Enriquez here, y'all? How well struck were these? Oh, they were struck. Now, I don't know if this plays any influence. This is more like narrative building, that they hit at 106 and 102. Okay, you know, he's starting to lose it and they're really hitting him hard. I don't know if the game is like, oh, that's back-to-back smash jobs. So now he's even more, more vulnerable than we thought. Bottom line is he's vulnerable because he's at 77 pitches and he's already in the orange. So even if they were 70-mile-an-hour singles, I think he would be in some trouble. All right, I don't want to end up second-guessing it. We're going to give Hedges a fresh pitcher here. Now, Enriquez, don't you dare burn me on this. 1-2 to Austin Hedges. Struck him out. Mason Hour now, full count. Struck him out looking. Let's go. So now there's 2 outs, and it's up to a Rosarena. 0-2. Bang! Enriquez comes in and strikes out the side with 2 on and nobody out. What a freaking hoss. That is some stud shit right there. Bot 5 now. We got 2 on, 1 out. A walk to Carrasco. He was fielder's choiced out by Evan Carter. And then Torkelson walked. So 2 walks and a fielder's choice here. Glasnow on the ropes a little bit. 82 pitches. Come on, Green. What do you say? 0-1. Ground ball to the second baseman. Flips it to the shortstop. Back to 1. Double play. Double play. That's not what I wanted. I dislike that. I greatly dislike that. All right. Top 6. Enriquez. Obviously, we're going to give him another inning opportunity here after he dominated. I think with top 6, 1-0, deep into the ALCS, I think it's no more risks. So full count to Oknarf. And that's a little tapper. Oh, what a leaping grab by Young. Full extension, 1 down. 1-2 to Chorio. Catch him looking again. Nope, base hit back up the box. He's like, I'm not going to get struck out looking for the 58th time. Brandon Lau. Ooh, wait a minute. Do we take our inning and a third from Enriquez here? Lau is such a pivot point in their offense here because he's such a stark platoon lefty. And he really is that guy that like comes up in situations where should we push it or should we automatically go to the lefty? All right, it is a close game and there is a runner on. But I think I'm going to go 1 more here. Man, I don't know. Because if it's his last batter, why make a lefty be his last batter? 23 pitches. By the way, 40 stamina. I know he's coming out of the bullpen, so stamina doesn't go as far as it would if he was starting. But I don't think 23 pitches should necessarily be in the yellow yet. I mean, it's yellow-green. It's just getting into the yellow, but still. All right, I'm doing it. 1-2. Cracked. Deep to right, but playable. In fact, Green ranges into foul territory and makes the grab. Chorio stays put. 2 down. And they'll bring up Curtis Mead. 0-2. Sit out. Ronnie Enriquez pounds his chest as he walks off the mound. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, up 1-0. It'll be Mendoza, Adames, and Arelis Martinez. Full count. And that's ground ball to second. Easy play for Lau. 1 down. Adames. 1-2. Struck him out. And a Relvis with 2 outs. Popped up. Just on the edge of the infield. Lewis steps in, makes the grab. Ochnarf plays third. All right, so then we go 3 up, 3 down there. Top 7. Now I think we need to look at bringing somebody else in. Wait, who did we warm up? It was Mordeon, right? All right, so we have Mordeon and Uribe ready. Right, left, right, right, right. So I think we go... We could go for Enriquez here. And then maybe go to the lefty for Aranda. You know, only having a 1-run lead is like, you know, anybody who can go yard, you got to give them... You got to give them your best, which means I think we need Aranda to face a lefty. So let's see if Lewis can get Enriquez can get Lewis. Let's see. And then I think we go... All right, 1-2. I'm doing it. Struck him out. Dude, Enriquez is just stepping up. 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit ball, 5 strikeouts. All right, now we go to the lefty, Mordeon for Aranda. And he can stay in for at least Hedges after that, and then we'll kind of decide. 2-1 coming to Aranda, and he's going to rip a base hit back up the box. So, of course, the lefty gets a knock. Even despite that, I'm still going to stick with Mordeon for Hedges. 0-1. Like, I know we have 1 batter and all that, and we will leverage that fly out to left, by the way. But I can't in good conscience use somebody for like 3 pitches. Unless it's like late in the game, we're just fighting to win. But at this point, I mean, it's not early, right? But it's not 8th, 9th. I guess 7th inning is kind of that border of late. I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable doing that, having him in for only 4 pitches. So I gave him Hedges. And now is a decision point, though, against Auer. Auer's pretty platoon neutral on his stats. 119 against righties, 115 against lefties. Ratings-wise, he loses 5. Against righties, he loses 5 contact, 5 gap, and 5 eye. So he's definitely quite a bit better against lefties. I think we go to Uribe here. Yeah, I think we got to go to Uribe. So it's only 6 pitches. So that whole thing about like, oh, it's hard to only go 4 pitches is kind of bullshit and thrown out the window if I'm going to turn around and still take them out 2 pitches later. I guess there is a difference between the pitches and the batter count, right? Like just going 4 pitches, 1 batter. I don't know. There's something that feels a little bit better about having him go 2 batters, even though it's only 6 pitches. I'm just justifying. He only loses 5 stuff against righties. What were his statistical splits? He's a bit worse. 23 to 20 or 22 to 20%. Home run rate is problematic against both sides. And that's really the issue, is the 45 movement late in a game. Uribe brings a 55 movement. Teodo's not ready, but he brings a 65 when he is ready. Yeah, I'm going to go Uribe here. I don't want to get got with the 2-run homer. We really got to avoid the homer with runners on, obviously. I want to avoid the homer altogether, but at least obviously a solo shot only ties it. 1-0 to Auer. Oh, boy. I'm scared, y'all. Popped up in foul territory. Torque makes the grab. 2 down. Let's go. Or actually, that retires the side. Hello. Stretch time. Glasnow back out. Glasnow at 96 pitches. Man, they push Glasnow. They are not afraid. I mean, I guess he's kind of a workhorse now, though. Like I say, he did have an injury this year where he only went 150-something. But he was coming off 2 big seasons before that. Yeah, a pair of 34 start seasons. This year was only 25, and then 2 in AAA, which tells me, yeah, he had a rehab after an injury. But even the 155 would be workhorse-esque for him in real life, because my man has a career high of a $120. All right, bot 7, it's going to be Young, Dingler, Carrasco at bottom 3 here. We need some insurance. We badly need some insurance. Ground ball to second, 1 down. And that's going to be it for Glasnow. They're going to go to Jason Adam. Dingler now, 2-2. Struck him out. And Carrasco. Shallow left. Easy play to retire the side. All right. Top 8. It'll be a Rosarena, Oknarf, Chourio. You know I'm going to stick with Uribe for at least one more batter because he only has 2 pitches. 1-0. Now, I trust Uribe in big spots. Obviously, his walks are scary and there's a base hit. I don't really regret using him there, but I am going to take him out. So I guess there's, again, if it's that fragile that you're going to take him out, if he gives up a single hit, then maybe you take him out before that. Because then it's saying maybe you don't really have that much confidence in him. But, all right, we're going to go Teodo. I think. Yeah, with Oknarf and Chourio. I mean, Oknarf kills everybody. And Chourio has a heavy platoon where he struggles against lefties despite being a right-hander. So that's kind of peculiar. So maybe we go to Perez. Maybe there's something to that. I want to see what Uribe's splits look like. He strikes out more lefties than he does righties, 34-29. But, damn. I'm agonizing on this one, y'all. This is scary. Leadoff base hit ahead of Oknarf is so terrifying. Yeah, I'm going to go to Perez. I think. Dead even split, ratings-wise. And not dead even statistically, but 25% strikeout minus walk against lefties, 22 against righties. Honestly, a crazy BABIP against righties is the only reason that his numbers, well, actually a 2.0 homer per 9 as well. But that's kind of, I don't want to say it's bullshit. It happened. They hit the homers, but that's suspect because he has a 60 movement. So I feel like maybe he just got unlucky. Yeah, I'm going Perez. Sorry, I know I agonize over some of these decisions, but they're tough. And I respect real-life managers, man. They got to make these decisions immediately on the fly and think like 10 moves ahead. That shit's tough, man. And this is just a video game. This doesn't even matter in the grand scheme. I mean, it matters to have fun and all that, but, like, it's not my job. So, yeah, managers, tough one. 3-1 to Oknarf. That's going to be a fucking walk, isn't it? Did he go? No. 2 on, nobody out with Chourio coming in. 1-2. And he's going to drop one in the left for a base hit. The runners had to hold, and they will not score. So it'll be bases loaded, nobody out. And they're going to go to William Contreras here for Brandon Lau, which makes some sense. Another reason that I do get a little particular about using guys for like 2 pitches or 5 pitches or whatever, all that shit we were talking about with those last 2 guys, is because then all of a sudden you look up and you just don't have that many guys. And then you start thinking, like, what if this gets tied and goes to extras? So that's another reason too. I mean, I'm not taking out Perez here no matter. Like, he has to figure this out. Let's see if he can. 2-1 to Contreras. Lifted to left. How deep is it? Carter's throw. Coming in. Not in time. Tie ball game. Sacrifice fly for pinch hitter William Contreras. Ties the ball game. Still just 1 out. And 2 on. It'll be Curtis Mead. 1-0. And he rips one into the left field corner. That's going to score 1 run, maybe 2. Curtis Mead with a huge double scores 2 runs. off Elpidio Perez. I mean, he's got to be able to get out righties, right? I can't just always make the switches every single time. Like, we're going to run out of pitchers. So, and he's supposed to be our A guy. 1-2. That one's tattooed deep to right. Caught in front of the track by Green. Thought that had more carry, but it ended up dying a little bit there at the track. Meade advances to third, but there are 2 outs. Perez against Aranda. Ground ball to short. Adames fires over to first to retire the side, but the damage is done. God, that inning just nickeled and dimed. Single, walk, single. And hey, everything was well struck. 111 on a Rosarena's single, 98 on Chorio's, 108 on the Meade double. So when I say nickel and dimed, that usually implies a little bit more of like maybe a cheap hit, a scratch hit, infield single or some shit, a walk or a hit by pitch, kind of like manufacturing like a junk run. No, they were hitting the shit out of the ball. Reifert back. We're hoping to create some Reifert madness here to where we get some runs off of him and piss everyone that's a Tampa Bay fan right off. We need it in the bottom of the 8th here. Carter, Torkelson, and Green. 3-1 to Carter. Can we finally see a Carter walk? No, he's swinging 3-1. Dude's supposed to be nicknamed Full Count. And I don't think we've ever seen one. It'll be Torque now. 2-0. Get you a cookie. All right, he's going to rip one into into right for a base hit. We'll take that. I was hoping for a 2-0 meatball that he sends into the stands, but I'll take that. Tying run comes up in the form of Riley Green. Full count pitch coming to him, and that's going to be a ball. So 2 on, 1 out. Sergio Mendoza here against Evan Reifert. 85, 55, 40. Not a neutral split, but he loses 10 stuff and 5 movement against lefties. But he's still 80, 55, 40. So it's like still pretty damn good. But let's see if Mendoza can take advantage. 0-2. Skied into center. And caught by Chourio. He could not take advantage. But another 0-2 non-strikeout. And it'll be Adames. 2-2. Struck him out. Man, I got this Thursday Night Football game on. Which, who gives a shit about Thursday Night Football? I just kind of wanted to see what the score was. It's fucking 42-0 in the first half. The Raiders are up on the Chargers. And they scored 0 last week. And I know, like, week to week, the NFL, shit happens. But, like, you talk about a complete 180 to go from 0 to 42 in the first half. Damn, that's crazy. All right, so we have Hedges and then the top of the order. We're going to go to Teodo. And we need him big here in the 9th to keep this at 3-1 if we want to have a fighting chance. God, we are on the verge of dropping 2 at home, y'all. There's a ground out for us. So bad. 2-2. Struck him out. And 2-2 to a Rosarena. Ground ball to second. So an easy 3 up, 3 down for him. And it'll be a Relvis, Young, and Dingler. But you know it's actually going to be O'Neal Cruz, Young, and then Dingler. Relvis, by the way, was over 3 with a strikeout, so I don't feel bad changing it. Come on, Cruz. 3-0. Take a walk. All right, we're in business. Tying run's going to come up. Jace Young now. He's first pitch swinging after a 4-pitch walk, and he's going to rip a base hit into the right center gap. That's Triples Alley, baby. Cruz is on his horse. It's going to end up being a double. It didn't quite get all the way to Triples Alley, is what that tells me, because it's going to be a double for Young, and Cruz didn't score. If that gets all the way into the Triples Alley, then obviously Young gets a triple, and Cruz scores. Hence the name Triples Alley. All right, Dingler. Do your thing, baby. 3-1. That one's going to get down. That's going to tie the ball game. Dylan Dingler with a 2-run double. Bang. Let's go. Holy shit. I was even going to say, normally this would be, a pinch hit consideration for your catcher. But as I've pointed out a few different times, Dingler's holding his own offensively for us. And so I never considered it. I stuck with him, and he paid it off, baby. Tie ball game. And now he's only 180 feet from getting the walk-off win. Now, we will take him out for speed. That we will do. But we will give him all the daps he deserves for kicking ass there and getting the 2-run double. Pinch runner, and then I was just looking for extras if we end up playing extras, if there's anything we would want to do to keep Parker's glove in, but I don't think so, because our outfield defenders are pretty damn good. And so there's nothing we really want to finagle. And all three of them bat in the top 4, so that would create a bunch of havoc. So this will just be a pinch run situation. Then we'll put Pablo Aliendo in if we have to keep playing. But we have a chance to win this sucker. Now, they're sticking with Evan Riefert at 32 pitches, running him into the ground. What is their bullpen situation? They have 3 guys who are fully unused. And then Nicholas and Weichel, who are on the little yellow battery, or orange battery, like they could be used in a pinch. Bottom line is, what the hell are they doing here with Riefert? I love it, but this is truly Riefert madness. 0-2 to Carrasco. My God, this guy doesn't know how to take a pitch. 65 eye my ass, or 75 even. Yeah, allegedly. Fucking allegedly. All right, so 1 down. It'll be Carter. He's swinging first pitch. And then he's going to rip that one. That's going to get down. Go, go, go. Ball game. Evan Carter. RBI double. Bang. We get 3 in the 9. We are not going to lose 2 in Detroit. Let's go. And we are in a walk-off or a closeout situation is what I meant to say. As we head back to Tampa Bay, we're going to get a much-needed day of rest. Holy shit, look at this roller coaster. Tick, 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 tick. Bang. Just absolute malpractice by Kevin Cash if he's still their manager, whoever their manager is, letting Riefert continue to pitch there. Like that would, and the part that bothers me about that is that would never happen. Not only just with Tampa Bay in general, but it wouldn't happen with any team. You're not letting your guy die on the vine there when you've got pitchers to go to. So that part bothers me a little bit, but I don't give a shit. We will take the win. We can't make the computer make every right move. And sometimes we get a little gift from them, and we open that present. We don't look the gift horse in the mouth, okay? Never look a horse inside his grill. All right, so we'll take the off day. Check in on St. Louis and Cincy. We could be facing one of them soon, but we still have work to do. This is not over, and frankly, not even close. I mean, it's close in that we only need 1 win, but wins have not been easy to come by here. The funny thing is, outside of the 2 8-0 drubbings that each team delivered on the other, all 3 of the other games have been 1 run. So, it's either been a couple routes or 3 nail biters. And we're going to have Stone v. Boz in Tampa Bay. By the way, Reds up 3-1, putting it to the Cardinals. They were the number 1 seed. They defeated the Cardinals in that Central. And we'll see if they are able to take it all the way to the World Series. Cards do win the Game 5 there to make it 3-2. In fact, did they play today? We can sim it ahead of time. Nope, this is their travel day. All right, back to our series then. Game 6 in Tampa Bay. Gavin Stone against Shane Baz. Let me go back to our roster, make sure I make the appropriate moves. Put Cruz back in. move Dingler up just one. I don't want to go too crazy with it, right? Like, we love what he's doing. It's great, but it works where it's at too. You know, sometimes when these, lower tier guys are popping off for me, even in like a playoff situation like this, I don't want to move them up too far because, it might not continue. And then you're putting a pretty medium, or even in this case, kind of a poor bat. He had a 54 WRC plus on the year in like the 5 spot or something, and you don't really want to do that. So, I'll give him a little reward, move him up to 7, and that's my acknowledgement. Like, hey, we love what you're doing. Thanks. But not too much further than that. We don't want to do it. We don't want to go too far. Question is, does anybody else need a breather? Adamas. Do we want to go with another breather for him? He sat the last game, right? No, he sat the game before, and then I forgot to do it again. You know what? I think I might hit him with another one. He went 0 for 4 with 3 punches. Like, he is just ice cold. And the beauty of Arias is that he has the defense to do it. So we're going to do it again in the game so that it doesn't permanently change it. Because if we do have to play a game 7, I am going to trust Adames. Unless Arias does something. If he does something big in this game and we have to, unfortunately, go to a game 7, then I will stick with Arias. We are going to move Arias down, though. Well, actually, no. Because I don't want to move... We just can't get away from that 3 lefties in a row, huh? Put Green back up at 1. Oh, you know what? Hang on, I'm backing out. Sorry, y'all. Because I do want Green batting first the rest of the playoffs. Yeah, we're going to go Green, Torque, Mendoza, Carter. I'll leave Adames there. And actually, I'm going to let Arias bat 5th. It's not the best because, like, he's not a great hitter, but I do want to try to avoid those 3 lefties in a row where we can. And so let's put him in here. Dingler at 7. Now, we do still get the 3 in a row. Like, it's inevitable. Like, there has to be one run of 3 in a row with all the lefties we have. So it'll be Young, Carrasco, Green as the 3 in a row. I mean, the simple fact is we have 6 lefties. It's pretty hard to keep them from clustering. All right. Game 6. Can we go to the World Series, y'all? Let's freaking go. Shane Baz. Shane Baz is who we cooked, right? If I'm remembering correctly. If I'm thinking back on the games. Actually, I can just check his game log. Hello. Don't have to try to pretend to remember. Oh, no. We lost 3-2 to him. It was Mercado that we murked. Fitting, then, given his name. All right. Green v. Baz. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Idiot. Here we go. Mendoza on second with 2 outs. He got on via a walk and then stole second. Evan Carter, 1-0. Does Evan Carter ever have deep counts? Now, that's a wild pitch. Maybe he'll get a deep count on this at-bat. But I swear to God, like, I want this guy to be like 3-2, 2-2, like every damn at-bat. And I swear he's like 0-0, 1-0, 90% of the time. Not a statistical, or that's not a studied statistic there, but anecdotal specifically. 2-1. Like, where are your deep counts? There's a base hit, RBI. I have to shut the fuck up now. Now I just have to. It's done. I lose. Thank you, Carter. I'm happy to be proven to look silly on something like that, though, right? Because it means we scored. So it's 1-0. Arias. Skies one deep to center. Is that going to get over his head? It is. That's going to hit the wall. Gabriel Arias with a double. Runner coming home. Carter all the way from first. It's 2-0, baby. Gabriel Arias. The management move works. 2-1. That one's going to get away, but wrangled in by Hedges. 3-1 now. And that one's going to be lifted to right, but caught. And we move to the bottom of the first. That was just 2 runs in the first inning. Jeez. Nothing for them. And then we've got another run here in the third on a Dury Carrasco homer. Look at the bottom of the order stepping up. Well, I guess Arias is in the middle of the order. But then Dury Carrasco, the number 9 hitter, going yard. And then we go bottom 2, nothing. Top 3, nothing. Bottom 3, 0, 0. All right, bottom 4, they got a runner on, nobody out. Was that their first hit? Sure was. I mean, 3 innings with no hit ball. We're not going to be like, oh my God, they broke up the no-no. I was just saying it more like as an observation, not like, oh dang. All right, it'll be Aranda against yeah, he's facing his own teammate. No, Aranda against Stone. Great play there in the hole by Arias. 2 down. Or excuse me, 1 down. Auer moves over to third, though. Aknarf, 2-2. Struck him out. Sit your ass down. It'll be up to Chourio. 1-1. Ground ball to short. Arias up with it again. Easy play to retire the side. So we strand the Mason Auer single. We head to the 5th. And we got a runner on second with nobody out. That's Dury Carrasco again with a double. Yes, dude. Picked the right time to get going here in Game 6 of the ALCS with a double and a homer. And he had a 3-hit effort in the 8-0 win too. So he's starting to come along here. And what did I say? All playoff. If he puts up a nice playoff, we're going to have a little memory loss on how bad he was during the regular season. He has a 156 WRC plus, literally double. Actually, a little bit more than that, but over double his WRC plus from the regular season. 13% walk rate, 2 homers, 6 ribbies, 4 runs. It's been awesome. All right, let's see what Green can do here. 2-2. Struck him out looking. What the hell were you looking at there? Where was that pitch? Oh, they said that Hedges had to frame that. I mean, that's pretty clearly in the zone. So I don't know how much framing he had to do. But either way, it's a strikeout for Green. Torque now, 2-0. And that one's skied deep to center, but tracked down by Chourio. It will advance the runner. Carrasco now 90 feet away. And, hey, we've seen too many wild pitches. You know it's always in the cards, possibly. 0-2 to Mendoza. Struck him out. All right. 3-0, bot 5. Checking on Gavin Stone. He's at 57 pitches, 4 innings with just 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. We'll get Olsen warming, just so we're ready. But we are going to risk this one. And it's clean. Let's go. How many pitches? He's up to 69. Very nice. 5 scoreless, 1 hit ball on 69 pitches. Gavin Stone looking great. All right, top 6. We'll do 1 more risk for us. And we do have a runner on. Oh, sorry, I meant to hit the game log. And it's Carter after a walk. There you go. Okay, so I talked shit on him in the middle of an at-bat where he hit an RBI single. And I was roasting him for not getting into deep enough counts. And then the next at-bat, he comes up and walks. So he's really put me in my place. And you know what? I'm happy to be put in my place because that means that we're having some success. O'Neill Cruz now, 1-1. And he blasts that one into the right field corner. That's going to get down and score a run. Make it 4-0 Tigers, baby. Let's go. Wait, was he thrown out? Oh, no, it's a triple for Cruz. And that's going to bring in Taj Bradley. Ooh, they're going to Bradley with the do-or-die game. Wow. Respect. I wonder who they'll have to pitch in the next game then, though. Okay, let's see what happens here. Dingler, full count. Struck him out. Josh, damn it. I'd gone so long without calling Jace Josh. And then I botched it there as he strikes out to retire the side. But another tack-on run thanks to O'Neill Cruz. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Up 4-0. The World Series is on the line, baby. Well, for us. Otherwise, it's Game 7 if we lose. It'll be Lewis, Hedges, Auer. And you know I'm sticking with Stoney here. 1-2. Struck him out. Hedges. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to Arias. 2 down. And our 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Easy inning for Stone. He's up to 78 pitches, so a 9-pitch inning to get through the 6th. Brilliant outing. Largest Raiders halftime lead of all time. Yeah, I figure 42-0. And it's only the second best halftime lead ever. So somebody was up higher than 42-0 at half. That's crazy. I wonder if it was that, what was it, 72-0 game from like a billion years ago. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. I don't have time for that shit. All right, Dury Carrasco, top 7. 1-1 pitch coming to him. And he blasts another one. Dury Carrasco is on fire, y'all. That's going to be another double in the gap. He slid for fun. That could have been a stand-up. What are you moving and borking about? You're laying there like that. Who you gonna get? Who are you gonna scare like that? You trying to protect the house laying down like that, you little dweeb? Don't call me a dweeb. I'm not even a dweeb a little bit. All right, Riley Green now. Full count pitch coming. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Make it 0 for 4 with a punchy, but you know what? Dury's picking him up. O'Neal Cruz picking him up. Evan Carter picking him up. So it's fine that Green and Torque are 0 for 6 with 4 punchies and a walk. But, the other guys got their back right now. And Torque has a chance to have his own contribution here. 1-0. Popped up. Or not popped up. It's a fly ball to center. Pop-up is more, super shallow outfield or on the infield. But it's semantics. Either way, it's an out. 2 down for Mendoza. Taj Bradley's still in, by the way. 3-1. Ground ball to second. Easy play. We can't go to a game 7, y'all. I'm almost out of water. I'm hanging in there, though. All right, bottom 7 now. Stretch time here in Tampa Bay. 78 pitches. He is in the orange, though. I don't want to ruin this outing. This has been a magical outing. It'll be Aranda, who's batting second. Wow, they moved him all the way up to second. Then Aknarf and Chorio. Damn, they hate Arozarena and Lewis. Got them batting 7-8. And even Meade down there, too. I know it's against a righty, but, oof, that's tough. Damn, y'all. I'm a little torn on this one. I think I'm going to give him Aranda. 1-1. Because, obviously I want him to have, it's ground ball out, by the way. I want him to have, a cool shutout outing, even if it's not an actual shutout all 9 innings. But worst case, a solo shot, it's 4-1. So I feel like we can push a little bit here. I'm even going to give him Aknarf, and if he gets Aknarf out, I'm going to try to get through Chorio and give him 7 innings. So let's see what happens here. 0-1 to Aknarf. And that's a base hit under the glove of Jace Young. Okay, now it's decision time. But even still, worst case here is a 2-run shot, 6 1/3, 2 runs, 7 Ks. It wouldn't be the end of the world. And as such, I'm going to push it once more. 2-1. Chorio, ground ball to Arias. Flips it to second. Back to 1. Double play. 7 shutout innings for Gavin Stone, baby. And Michael Mercado's going to come in. Who the hell are they going to start if they do come back to win this? I don't give a shit. I don't want them to come back. And I think we should probably sit down Uribe and Mosqueda because we need to go to our dudes. Actually, you know what? Hang on. It's going to take a second here, so my apologies for the slowdown, but I want to check the postseason stats. I want to see who's rolling here. So Uribe, his walk rate has been too problematic. He's the kind of guy that if we bring in, shit could get sideways in a hurry, and all of a sudden we're looking at bases loaded, nobody out. Teodo, he has not had a walk issue. He's had a hits issue with a 400 BABIP. He has a 4% walk rate. So he's actually had the opposite of a walks issue. He had a 13% walk rate in season. He's really quelled that here in the playoffs, albeit a tiny sample. And then Mosqueda, he has 3 scoreless here in the playoffs. I mean, these are tiny samples. I'm not like making my judgment entirely off of these. I just want to get a better idea of how everybody's done here in the playoffs. And then Perez has been the dude. 5 2/3, 0.88 whip, 36% K rate, 5% walk rate. He's the guy. Perez is the guy to go to. So let's get him warmed up. And we'll bring him in for the 8th and 9th, I think. But let's see what we can do here with Carter, Arias, and Cruz. 2-2 pitch coming to Arias. Or Carter, excuse me. Sorry about that. He strikes out, by the way. It'll be Arias now. Full count. He walks. Nice take there. O'Neill Cruz, 1-2. Struck him out. And Dylan Dingler, one of our playoff heroes, 3-1. And he's going to lift one into the left center gap. That's going to get down. Could score a run. Get on your horse, baby. Go, 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 go. Nah, he's going to stay at third. But another double for Dylan freaking Dingler, baby. Old Dingy. And look, it's not even like he's out of his mind in the playoffs, but he does have a 100 WRC plus, which is damn near double his regular season. He and Dury Carrasco took their regular season WRC plus totals and doubled them. He's got a homer, 6 ribs, 5 runs. How many doubles is that? 3 doubles, 4 walks even, 747 OPS. I love it, man. Dylan freaking Dingler, baby. So we got 2 on, 2 out. Jace Young with an opportunity to make a big contribution here. He's been all right during the playoffs. Full count. Struck him out. All right. Bottom 8 now. 87 pitches for Stone. I think we take our greatness here, especially with the lefty Brandon Lau up, and we go to Elpidio Perez. Bring it home. Take us to the World Series, baby. Come on. 2-2 here to Lau. And he lifts one. That's a pop-up. Sky high. Third baseman Cruz calls off. Arias makes the grab. Another touchdown for Devontae Adams and the Raiders. My God. Curtis Means up. Ground ball to short. Arias gathers, fires, 2 down. And it'll leave it up to Rosarena. Struck him out, and Elpidio Perez comes in, gets him 3 up, 3 down easily. They'll go to Penn Murphy in the 9th to face Carrasco, Green, and Torkelson. And look who's on fire all of a sudden. Who had that happening? Dury Carrasco with a flame, baby. What a run. Maybe he could get moved up the lineup. Now, he's somebody I'd be more inclined to make a sharp move. You know, like with Dingler, it's kind of a unexpected small sample surge. With Carrasco, I have more expectation out of him, even though he was wretched during the regular season with a 71 WRC plus for us. Like, I believe in him as a plus bat. And so I would be more inclined to like move him all the way up to say 6th or something. So we'll see. Let's finish out this game, hopefully with a dub, go to the World Series and kind of figure everything out from there. But it's not always the case where I'm only going to make a small move on the raising the guys in the lineup. But I just wanted to point that out because I didn't want to move them up to 5 or 6 and then have y'all be like, aren't you being a hypocrite based on what you said about Dingler? It's just a matter of where your perception is of the player. But here's Carrasco now, 1-2 pitch. If he strikes out, he's benched next game. No, I'm just kidding. He does strike out, but he's 3 for 4 on the day. I'm not too worried about it. 1-0 to Riley Green. Lifted to center. Is that going to drop? It is. Base hit. Let's go. We're going on 2.5 hours for this one. This one's a mega, y'all. Appreciate y'all sticking with me. I understand if you've skipped around to get to this point. Maybe should have cut it into two parts, but I'm known for the marathon streams, and why not bring that to YouTube as well. Torkelson popped up, sky high. Lewis reels it in, 2 down. And then it'll bring up Mendoza. Green stealing. I say that as if I didn't send him like I was surprised. Stolen base for Riley Green. 1-2 to Mendoza. And he blasts one to center, but an easy play for Chourio to retire the side. We head to the 9th. 3 outs away from the World Series, baby. It'll be Elpidio Perez against Royce Lewis, Austin Hedges, and Mason Hour. Nobody up in the bullpen. This is Perez's game. 3-1. He leads off with an MFing walk. Literally the last thing I would have wanted there. William Contreras going to pinch hit for Hedges. I'm not getting the bullpen up yet. I'm trusting. I'm being stubborn here. That one's lifted to left. Carter ranges over to his right a little bit, or to his left a little bit to make the grab. One down. Mason Hour now. 2-2. Struck him out. 1 out away. Here we go. Jonathan Aranda. Let's go pitch by pitch on this one. First pitch coming. Ground ball. Chase Young fires over to first. Ball game series. We're going to the World Series, baby. Who will we face? The Cincinnati Reds or the St. Louis Cardinals? We will find out. But the Detroit Tigers are going to the World Series. Yes, let's go. Oof. This team was game, dude. This team was absolutely game for a battle. Oh my God. When I finally win the series, I accidentally put down. I just can't get it right. I type up when we lose a game or we go down in the series, and then I type down when we cap off the series. I guess I should say 1-4-2, but who gives a shit? It's not important. This video is almost over anyway. Let's find out our opponent, and then we'll get the heck out of here. Again, I appreciate any of y'all that watched the entire thing or watched any of it and skipped to the end. I don't mind. I totally understand it's a big time commitment to ask that much of y'all's time, but thank you if you did hang out for the entire thing. That is awesome. Oh, wow. The Chargers broke free for one and actually scored. Maybe the Raiders let them put like an extra man on the field or something. And look who the MVP is, Dury Carrasco. And like I've said, if he pops off in the playoffs, we zip it on the in-season struggles. Who gives a shit? He goes 8 for 20 with a bomb and 3 ribs. That's what we needed. That's what the hell we needed, baby. Let's go. All right, so now in the other series, this is their off day. So let's get through this. I got like 1 sip of water left. We didn't have a game 7 in us, y'all. I was gonna run out of water. And who knows? I'd have been like, okay, guys, it's the 8th inning. No, I would have been fine, but it's kind of perfect timing just the same. All right, game 6 in Cincy is going to be Kyle Muller against Keaton Wynn. Not 2 guys I would expect to be pitching in game 6 of an NLCS, given their current trajectories. Let's see who wins. St. Louis forces a game 7. Let's go to that. Game 7 in Cincy. Looks like it's going to be Matt Strahm against Luis Garcia unless one of them changes. Matt Strahm in a game 7, I didn't really expect that either. Luis Garcia is a really good pitcher. He was hurt this year in real life for the Astros, but it's not going to be him. It's going to be Shohei Ohtani. Don't forget that the Reds got Ohtani, which is reminiscent of my Reds series on Twitch where we also got Ohtani. And so he's going to be the game 7 guy. That makes a lot of sense. Going to your stud there. Now, he hasn't been an amazing pitcher this year. 4.39 ERA, 1.34 WHIP, but I still respect turning to him over Garcia, even though their stats are kind of similar. All right, game 7. What's it going to be? We're just going to sim. Didn't do anything special. Like I said, this video has been 52 hours. All right, who's going to win? Cincinnati wins 5-3. Bo Bichette goes yard for St. Louis, but Noelvi Marte. Oh, hey, look, our guy Shigoya hit a 0th homer. The only homer they actually got, it lists 5 homers here, but the only real one was Noelvi Marte, and he ends up getting series MVP as well, going 11 for 29 with 2 homers and 3 ribs. We will be facing the Cincinnati Reds, who a lot of people on my Twitch channel say is actually my favorite team. Kind of a meme. I do like the Reds, and I'm excited about their future, but of course, Tigers are my team, both in this sim, of course, and in real life. But I know if my boy GT Sundown watches the YouTube vids, he's going to be dying at us facing the Reds. He's going to be like, no, Spore's going to sell so that the Reds can win. No, I'm not. I'm going to bust my hump to make sure that we win the World Series. But all right, y'all. Next episode, World Series. Okay, I'm thinking because I don't know if we should do another like potentially 2.5+ hour episode. So I think I'm gonna cheese a little extra episode here. I think I might do a World Series preview where I just go over the Reds, deep dive their team, and it's like a 20-minute video, and then have that be its own thing, or commit ahead of time to the preview of the Reds and like the first 2 games being an episode, and then we just cut it there. And then if we have to play the last 5 games in an episode, so be it. I think that's actually more sense because I don't think we need just a 20-minute quick hitter just on the Reds. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go preview the Reds, map out our strategy, see if we want to make any roster changes, and then play the first 2 games. And then the episode after that would be whatever's left of the series. But as I've said, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate y'all. World Series next episode. Peace.